Welcome, everybody, to another pointless and meaningless episode of the show. I am your lovable host, Harry. With me, as always, is Tyson.
Let me talk to you.
And we have some wrestling to get into. Raw, SmackDown, and WrestleMania 13 was this week. So
Lucky
that'll be
number
fun.
13.
How's your week been?
Well, for me personally, it's been a good week,
Yeah? Did you get laid?
but it's also been a bad week too.
Oh. Did you get laid and she got pregnant?
No.
Oh.
What?
Well, you
Well,
said good and bad week.
yeah, it's been a bad week for the internet. Good week for me.
Oh, okay.
Bad week for the internet. TikTok. Congress, I guess, has nothing better to do, so they passed the bill that's going to ban TikTok. So essentially, they have 100. Basically, they have 6 months to sell to a U.S. company, or they're gone.
There you go.
And by the way, I want to go ahead and say it. All you people on TikTok, you TikTok creators, you bet on that horse. If the if it goes through and you get shut down, you can't come here. We don't want you on YouTube. You say on TikTok, it gets banned, then you go down and you go work at McDonald's or something. No more creation for you. or
There
go
you
to
go.
or go to Instagram and do the reels thing.
I would think that Instagram would be the obvious choice for them. Or Twitter. Because isn't the whole thing with TikTok like less than minute videos?
They're doing minute videos now. Or they're trying to push it more. It's like I logged on and it was like, "Hey, you want to get more views? Do a over minute video."
Oh.
So they're trying, but
Well,
good
either
for
way,
them.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, if if you get shut down, you can't come here over on YouTube. You're done. And then the other thing that happened, again, another political thing. They shut down the hub over here in Texas.
The what?
The hub.
The
The
hub.
hub.
What's the hub?
Prawn hub.
Oh. Well, weren't they doing some? Oh, yeah. Something about. What was it?
Something about age verification.
That's right. That's right.
Like they
And
want you to they want you to verify your age, and then the hub is like, oh, if you have to do an age verification and invade your privacy, so they completely took this. They're like, you don't even get to log in. You don't get anything.
that's
And
sad.
and then it says call your congressman, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
So wait, if you personally go to Pornhub now,
Yes, it
you get
says
like
you
this little
can't access
government
this.
Chinese little fucking no, you can't do that.
Yeah, it's just like if
That's
you
bullshit.
go, and maybe I can in post we can put a screen up, but yeah, if you go there, it says, "Hey, users in Texas, you can no longer access this site because your government decided that," and it goes on about the age verification.
Oh well, it's a good thing it's internet porn, and there's a plethora of sites to go to.
You know, just out of curiosity, after the hub was shut down, I went and looked around,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got like, I don't know, you prawn and X videos and all those, and they just look like an antivirus waiting to happen. And it
No,
looks like
X
this.
videos is good. That's what that's what a friend of mine used to use.
And it looks like the sites were built in like 1999 and still there. It's
the
like, what is
thing
this UI?
the thing with X videos though is unless you're like a real quick pumper, you're not gonna get a whole lot of world building.
And I don't know. You click on a video and then like we're gonna really get into it. So you
Yep.
click on the video. I like to see the suggested videos under the video I click on so that I know that I have another video to go to. And they're like all ads. I'm the same way on YouTube, by the way. It's like I gotta make sure I have another video to go to after this one. I can't
Now
just
just
watch.
imagine now just imagine 2 fat guys with in just their socks with a box of tissues on their naked chest as this happens. Go on.
That's it.
Yeah.
The suggested videos are like all ads, so you don't even get a good and then you gotta like go back, and then you gotta go back, and then when you push back, you get the ad, and you gotta like skip the ad, then it takes you back to the beginning of the search, and then you gotta start all over. It doesn't bookmark your page because you, yeah, it's terrible.
I think Pornhub's pretty ad heavy.
Yeah, they are too.
They're good because they're basically like a little YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The UI is by far the best out
Yeah.
of them. Anyway, we can move on from that. That's kind of we got people in here now, so
Well, maybe that's why we have people.
they heard.
Chad, how do you like your porn?
Yeah, if anybody's here in Texas, let us know. If you and then it's like, oh, can I go get a VPN? And it's like, oh, they're gone. Can I go get a VPN? Because that's and then it's just waiting on something else to go wrong. And then it's like, really? A VPN for that? That's a little far.
Yeah, and then apparently if you buy VPNs, you end up on a list.
There's that too.
Because apparently we're not in the land of the free anymore. Can't jerk off, can't VPN.
Yeah, the government's cracking down on this internet thing. You can't TikTok.
It's crazy. Take that shit too seriously.
But we still are on TikTok, so if you want to follow us over there, you can.
For now.
Yeah. Until they
Until
get
your
shut
government
down.
blocks that, yeah. Well, so what was the good? That was all
I was saying,
depressing.
personally, for me, I've had a good week.
Oh, okay.
I've enjoyed my week. There was the South by Southwest here this weekend. Well, it was this week. I saw Britt Baker. I didn't like go up to her or anything because I'm a pussy, but she was there, just there, walking down the street like a normal person. It was her and I forgot who was with her. But yeah, she's just walking down the street, just like I'm here. They were apparently her, Tony Khan, and someone
Yeah.
else was here for like one of the convention things. So when she
Was
wasn't
there
doing that, she was just walking down the street. I was like, oh, I should go. I should go get her to say like tune into the show, the best show on the internet or something, and then not pay her
and,
for it.
and of course you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. And you want to be monetized.
I'm a coward. I'll run
At
into
least you're
at
honest
least
about it.
like I don't know, at least twice a month. I run into well, no, at least every 90 days I run into Mark Henry, who's here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't talk to him, obviously.
Why not?
Uh, I don't. I don't know. I just don't want to bother him.
Just say, hey, Mr. Henry, thank you for all the years that you've underperformed. What?
Yeah, pretty much.
What didn't he get into it with Ryback?
I don't know, but he is big as a house still. So there's that. Like
Yeah.
his back is huge.
Yeah. Yeah. He is not a small man.
Yeah, it doesn't like it doesn't even give it justice. How TV doesn't give it justice, I should say.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because they look almost small on TV, but then when you see them in real life, you can appreciate just how in shape they all are.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I can't do this.
Oh wow, you actually look like a real
I can't smack the shit out of you, huh?
airport test my ass.
Well, let's get into Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
We're in Houston, Texas, 26 days away from WrestleMania as of Monday. And they hype up the WrestleMania Night 1 tag match. That's Roman, Rock, Seth, and Cody. There's also a rapper in the house. Did you
That
know
would
who
be Travis Scott.
what's Travis Scott's ditty?
I don't know. He's one of the biggest rappers right now. Um, he has a good shoe, like his Travis Scott shoe. It's a Jordan collab
Okay,
thing.
so I asked you to I asked you to name a song, and then you're talking about his goddamn shoes.
I'm talking about his shoes because they're like $1,000 shoes
Well,
almost.
fuck his shoes. He's a rapper.
He also goes. He uses the moniker Cactus Jack a lot, which apparently Mick Foley said that he did give him his blessing, which is weird.
Whatever.
Um, his big song is Sicko Mode. If you've ever heard that,
Oh, oh, okay. It's a little overrated.
I don't know. The end of it, help me out like a light, like a light. I'm not gonna sing it anymore because we're gonna get copyright struck because it's so similar to how he sings it. YouTube's gonna be like, "Oh, you played Travis Scott's music on the." No, no, that was me. No, no, no.
Well, the greatest of all time is also in the building, Gunther, because there's a 6-man tag, or sorry, 6-man gauntlet match later to determine his WrestleMania opponent. So that'll be fun. And Drew McIntyre opens up the show, and he immediately gets on Rollins' ass for accepting the Night 1 tag match, calls him an attention whore. When I dropped Cody, it knocked some sense into him. When I dropped you, you just went looking for your next fix. Junkie!
Yeah, nothing but a junkie.
The crowd starts wutting McIntyre. McIntyre stops and he says, "What if you're happy that I took out CM Punk?" And they all just didn't know what to do. I like when they fuck with the fans like that.
Yeah, you got to address it, or they'll keep going.
Right. So Drew asked the crowd if they want to know what the bigger picture is, and they just start chanting CM Punk's name. McIntyre's like, "No. In fact, he owes me a thank you card for keeping his name relevant while he's been out." And he says, "The bigger picture is The Rock. Think about the history of this industry. Wait, you don't even know the history of your own country. We started in the carnivals. We started in smoky armories, then sold out arenas like this. The next evolution is working with one of the most powerful people on earth." Cody promised The Rock his match and took it away, then insulted his family. I get it. It's none of mine or Seth's business. And as soon as Seth realizes the wrestling world doesn't revolve around him, he might become the legend that he thinks he is. McIntyre says he's a champion that you can invest in and be proud of. And then Seth comes out all sparkly. So what do you think of corporate McIntyre?
Um, I don't know. So far, so good.
He sounds like a politician.
It sounds like he's trying to Yeah, it's like I just don't want to mess up this opportunity because you know Seth Seth has made his bed and now he's about to lie in it, and I'm going to reap the benefits. I just have to not say too much.
Well, it also has, "Oh, we did it, and you're with me in your prayers," and he's an asshole. I don't know,
Yeah,
very, very good. So Seth wants McIntyre to claymore him, even turns his back on him. McIntyre says before this gets weirder, he just wants to tell Seth that he was right. Before their last match, the match Damian Priest screwed up for me. You said you got to get over the bloodline. Get over it. And then he mocked Seth's laugh. Ha! I don't do that to be funny. That's just how you sound. It kills me when Solo and Jimmy get in my business. I wanted to drop them on sight. But all I care about right now is the world title. I begged you to take your own advice, and you ignored me because you only care about yourself, Seth. Rollins says that he thought Punk was the biggest hypocrite in the world until Drew McIntyre came along. Up until a few weeks ago, McIntyre wanted nothing but to get his hands on the bloodline. Now it seems like he wants to be their honorary member. Could McIntyre have beat Cody Rhodes or Jey Uso without the bloodline's help? You want the bloodline to help you take this title. You want to stand next to The Rock. That's not going to happen because I'm winning both matches, says Seth. And McIntyre, which he won't. Let's just go ahead and spoil that right now, Seth.
yeah,
You're not.
you're gonna go 0 for 2 that weekend. It's looking.
McIntyre says, yeah, you almost have to. You can't get to me. McIntyre says you can't get me to. He says you can't get to me. I know what you're trying to do. Then he starts walking away. Then Seth says the reason why he took the night one match is because of all the things that he's had to deal with. McIntyre is the least of his worries. Then McIntyre heads back to the ring, but thinks twice about it, and finally walks off. Then Rollins fucking dances. I wish I could just fast forward through this.
Well, you only got 2 more weeks of it.
Yeah.
And again, they're just telling a brilliant story here of Seth Rollins focusing elsewhere when he should be focusing on his opponent at WrestleMania.
Well, I think McIntyre is telling a brilliant story. Rollins is just inserted. I don't know.
It's like when I just noticed something. They're in Philadelphia. There's like all these Rocky-esque storylines. This is another one when he oh damn, what's his name? When he was gonna face Mr. T. And Mr. T was like training his ass off, and Rocky's like doing movies shoots and commercials and all that. He wasn't taking it serious. And then Mr. T came out there and beat his ass
Yeah, I guess
before
so.
the rematch, of course.
I think a bigger, or I don't know. It would be like if he had a match with Mr. T and then booked a match with Apollo Creed the night before or something.
I just mean the fact that he's overlooking his opponent.
He's definitely overlooking him. He said he doesn't need to worry about him. I mean, to be fair, he's beaten him 3 times already.
That's true. But, it's Mania. You gotta. Oh, yeah. I guess he did put it in perspective. You're the least of my worries. Ready to beat you.
Yeah. But I think, I think McIntyre is going to get his revenge.
And it's going to be
So
good for him because, last time he was in front of nobody.
if he keeps doing what he's doing, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, we still just got to watch for the Damian Priest card of it all.
Yeah, there's
But, you
that.
know, now that this tag match thing that we're going to be talking about is set, I don't know.
Well, they could also have Damian Priest cash in on a lesser title too.
There's that too. But like if you're supposed to be selling a ladder match, if I can mark up already, so you can't just be in a ladder match and then a half hour later walk out there like nothing happened.
I guess it would have to depend on what happens in the ladder match.
Well, you can't go unscathed. Even if he wins, something's gonna happen.
It might happen to Balor though. Logically, Balor's the one that would be flying off the ladder and stuff.
That's true.
I don't see Priest doing acai moonsaults.
That's true.
Although he did do that one fucking springboard thing that was just, ugh.
A little awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, you're too big for that, man. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's a good little move, but yeah, it just every time it looks like he's just about to hit the apron.
Yeah, there's a reason why you never see Andre do like a shooting star press.
I don't think he could.
I bet he could. In his prime.
Yeah, maybe in his prime, but when he could bring poor Andre.
Yeah. So Seth's husband beat We Want Liv. Ripley came out to show what a women's athlete is supposed to look like after the match. Liv did a little cry shout thing to Ripley saying everything will be hers or something. And then I skipped the promos because fuck Seth's husband. And Liv and Seth's husband shake hands later in the back. Nia Jax takes them both out. And then Seth's husband and Nia Jax are wrestling a fucking again.
Yep. I will say for the match, it was a pretty good match. I saw some people were saying it's like this was a WrestleMania level match, which is a little too far. And then they said, I don't even know if it was a pay-per-view level match, but it was a good match. A good TV match, we'll say. So there's that. Credit to both of them because I don't know, Liv has awkward matches, but this one wasn't really as awkward. I'm sure the fans, I didn't see it online, but I'm sure the fans, because she lost, I'm sure they had something else to say about it.
Probably.
Rhea basically told Becky Lynch that she keeps taking these matches because she wants a built-in excuse for when she loses at WrestleMania. And yeah, Nia Jax. So like, it's kind of weird. I saw some people suggesting that maybe we're heading for a fatal 4-way between the four for the title, which would nullify what just happened at Elimination Chamber. So I don't think that's going to happen, and I don't think it should happen.
No.
They're also. Oh, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, they're suggesting that maybe that's where they're going. I'm more so seeing that maybe they'll do, I don't know, Nia versus Liv, because they're keeping them around this for some reason. Why that reason is, I don't know.
Well, they're keeping Nia around so Becky can beat her.
And what about Liv?
I don't know.
Because the fans. We gotta keep the fans happy and bend the knee again. Keep bending the knee.
Well, then Liv shook Becky's hand to show that she's okay with her pursuing the title now. So the Liv fans are supposed to be okay. Well, Fliv's okay
Oh
with it,
no,
then.
they're just getting started.
I don't think Morgan has that fan base.
Yes, they are dying down a little bit, which is good.
No, the Cody fan base, I wouldn't want to mess with them.
I don't
They
know.
get
You underestimate the. Oh, we're on Twitch. You underestimate the fans who think she's gonna sleep with them.
Oh no, I don't underestimate them. It's just clearly there's not that many of them.
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Okay.
There's just not. Yeah, there's not as many. I don't know. They're not as loud as as the Cody fans.
Well, Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis make an announcement. So I guess they're friends now.
They're building. It's part of a story. Yes.
Okay. Or at least until Survivor Series. They're friends. I bet they'll just randomly start hating each other and then it'll be Raw versus SmackDown or some dumb shit.
Well, that was friendly competition. They're friends right now because remember a couple weeks ago they said they're a united front when Triple H stood in the ring and said, "I am the boss."
That was weeks ago. They
I
don't
know.
they don't stick to stories that long. Come on. This one little nugget, this is what they're sticking to?
Yeah, they're a united front.
Okay. Well, Aldis says he says the tag division's deep. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
And
there's
then
plenty of tag teams.
there's plenty of tag teams, but I wouldn't say that they're deep. If
Well,
you have a whole lot of nothing, what does that leave you with?
nothing for you.
Okay, give me some tag teams.
We already established it's not for you.
Give me no.
DIY, uh, New Catch Republic, LWO, Legato,
Oh,
which are
God. Now
basically the
you're
same
just
team.
now you're just grasping at straws.
They're a tag team.
They're a tag
Are you
team,
saying
but
a tag team that would actually compete?
yes, that's what this whole thing is. It's for there's a 6-pack ladder match at WrestleMania. So these teams not only have to be WrestleMania worthy, they also have to be worthy of the title. So who is that? Give me 6 teams. The tag team champions aren't even worthy.
Well, someone's got to have them.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's a deep division.
Okay.
Tag team matches will be show filler to determine which teams will be in the match throughout SmackDown and Raw going forward. And Judgment Day gets pissed off about this later, and they set up a match with R-Truth and Priest.
Yep.
All right. There was a women's tag match. So the pretty one does a reverse caterpillar. The purple one stops and says they're not taking that move. Then she says that she sucks. That's why the internet hates her. And she's an embarrassment to her dead brother. Then the pretty one goes to leave the match. Then the tall, ugly one kicks the pretty one while the purple one rolls the short, ugly one out of the ring. So apparently Vince Russo's back. And there's nothing you can do to make Maxine interesting or more talented. So I don't know what they're doing.
Well, this was the. Remember last week, it was so important that I went over that little nugget about the backstage thing. This is the payoff of that, I guess. So we got Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell going heel. And I guess they're trying to put. So there's a couple things here. I guess they're trying to put sympathy on Maxine. Why? I don't know, because she's already a baby face. So I don't know why you need more sympathy. Um, Yeah, I really don't know why they're like using this as a thing to try to get her over. Maybe they're trying to stage off the booze,
Well, I also don't
but
like that she stopped in the middle of the mat. No, we're not taking that move. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're not taking that. You're a joke. Implying that, I don't know,
yeah, I mean,
kind of imply that the whole is what they're doing fake? What? I don't know. It was just awkward to me.
well, because she said, "Look how stupid you look." So it was, I don't know. Um, but yeah, it also says that WWE's paying attention to what's happening online because they brought it, because this little thing went viral and then they brought it to TV and now they're making it an angle.
Yeah, but our payoff is a Maxine Dupree match.
I don't know. It is that we're going there yet, but of course,
Clearly, Maxine's going to get angry at some point, and she's going to take on the purple one.
oh,
And the
she's
tall,
gonna have
ugly
to.
one's either going to get involved or.
Are you calling
Yeah.
Indy the tall, ugly one?
Yeah.
Golly,
Yeah, she's got a weird
she's
face.
she's
She's what?
she's not your type. She's somebody's type.
Okay. I'm sure there's
Beauty is
someone
subjective.
there's
Subjective.
a blind person out there somewhere that would be interested in her, yeah.
Beauty is subjective.
Yeah, but she's objectively tall and ugly.
Okay. Um.
Like how I just give my opinions as
Rude.
fact. Like absolute fact.
Yeah. Yeah. For oh yeah, the payoff.
It's a Maxine Dupree match of some sort. So either
Yeah, I
way, we
guess if she
lose.
gets better, there's that.
She's not gonna get better, dude. She's
I mean,
not.
she's coming
No,
along. Now I'm not
she's not
defending
coming
her,
along.
obviously. I'm just saying, she's she nailed that drop kick. That's a she did a podcast with Chris Van Pelt, whatever his name is, that guy who looks like a stupid doof. Chris Van Pelt. His eyes are too close together, looking like a I don't know. He looks like a doof. There you go. Let's just leave it there. He's a doof. And
The fuck is a doof?
I don't know.
Okay.
Doofy. Doofy from Scary Movie.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't look like him, but I'm just saying he looks like a doof. I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead. Continue.
I'll get back around to that insult later.
All
I'll
right.
think of something and come back to it. Yeah, she did an interview with him, and she's talking about like when she did the arm drag to Valhalla. That was like, the first part of wrestling that she's done. So it shows you where she's coming from. Again, not defending her or anything. I'm just saying she did the drop kick.
So why
There's
the
that.
fuck do you have a performance center if you're gonna have this chick just do shit and on the job training like that?
I don't know.
I
That's
get
what
that
they
she's
decided to do.
nice to look at. I get it. But that doesn't mean that she needs to be in the middle of the ring. It doesn't do her any favors.
It doesn't.
So I don't know what
But
they're trying to do with her.
I mean, they should make her a valet and leave it at that. But
I agree.
if I don't know, so yeah, maybe we are headed to some type of payoff where she has to overcome her bully and Candice LeRae. Now, the internet had a problem with this storyline altogether, obviously. what would you think is the is the boiling point here?
Probably the dead brother.
Yes, that is what it was. You had some people. Now, mind you, she hasn't said a word about this.
Mm.
This is all just internet people talking. So you had
Well,
some people saying um, this was in poor taste. Why would they do that? And then people were like, "Well, I'm sure they cleared it with her before."
obviously.
Before they did it, and it's like, yeah, but you know, she's a rookie essentially. So why would she can't say no.
She can say,
She would lose
come
her
on.
spot.
What spot? What spot does she have to
She
lose?
she gets TV time. So they're saying, "Oh, she'll lose her spot if she said no."
No,
You got to do this stuff now.
they will find a way to show her tits and ass on TV. Trust me.
That thirsty ass cameraman.
Yeah. She can say no to a dead brother storyline.
And again, she didn't say anything about this. This is all the
Right.
internet arguing.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's
I
like,
mean,
man, you guys, it's professional wrestling. There's edge that you have to have to it.
and it's not even good edge.
Well, I mean, making fun of someone's dead, or not making fun, but using someone's dead brother. It's edge.
No, you're right. I mean, it's just not good edge. It's very awkward. It's kind of like when they used, didn't they use Reed for Charlotte?
They did, and that's what people were going back to. It's like,
Oh, they were?
this happened, and no one had a problem with it, and this was like fresh too. Well, I don't know how long Maxine's brother's been dead. I didn't even know she had a dead brother, honestly. But when that Reed thing, that was like fresh, and
I felt like people still had a problem with that. Why are they using the dead brother? Maybe not to the degree. People are
it's
a little
just
bit more vocal now.
yes, the age of social media. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a platform. You can go start these platforms for free,
Yeah.
and then you just type in 140 characters, and maybe the wrestler will respond to it one day, and then you go viral. And now you
Yeah, did
and
you know
then
that any
now
old
you're on
dumb fuck
TV,
can just like start a podcast?
and it can be meaningless too,
Yeah. And pointless.
and pointless. And then you get 500 subscribers and millions of views. How about that? You little bitch. And that being that stupid idiot. Huh? Huh? I was trying not to attack you, but I'm gonna have to attack you a little bit. Huh? Where's your millions and millions of views? Huh? Where's your 500 subscribers? You ain't got none of it. None of it. You don't even have a profile picture, you little bitch. Get a profile picture and be a real man. And then come talk to me.
Feel better.
Yes. And
So
I know
Mike,
he won't hear this. So there's
yeah,
that too.
Michael
I'll
Cole.
respond to him later.
Michael Cole had an interview with Cody Rhodes. I'll be honest with you, I had to watch this a couple times because as soon as I saw Michael Cole, I don't know, my brain shut off. So I might miss something. So they replayed SmackDown. Cody said The Rock is a wrestler, so you should know that the slap he got on Friday was a receipt. And Cody accepted the tag match because it's his one shot to get Roman one-on-one. Cody's scared and nervous because he can't say he'll get him next year. He has to finish the story. But the story's bigger than him. It's about the fans that rode the journey with him. It's about handing his mom the title that he can't hand to Dusty. It's about the wife he lives in sin with. Oh, why did I write that? Oh, yeah, it's because she's black.
There you go.
I'm funny. Roman said last time they met, they were in the third inning. I think we all know, especially him, that it's the last inning. He'll be the first Rhodes to be the undisputed WWE champion. And then Cole gets the pleasure of saying that Cody finished his story. Worth noting, because it's going to come up later, that Cody cried when he was talking about his mama.
Yes, very worth noting. That was the main takeaway from the promo, is that he cried.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about this promo.
All right. Kabuki Warriors beat Baszler and Stark. There was a point in time I really would have been hyped for this match, but since they've both just been a blend in the roster, I didn't care.
Okay. I got nothing for you on that one.
All right. Damian Priest beat R-Truth. Gargano got it post-match too.
Yep.
All right.
We're just flying through this.
Jey Uso is in the back, and he comes out and he challenges Jimmy to a match at WrestleMania. Just like that. So we got twin versus twin, brother versus brother, loser versus loser. That's right.
And I would think that, or I got an idea that maybe we have Rikishi involved in this. Maybe he's like the, I don't know, referee or something. I don't know how you're going to be a referee. It's your two kids, but I don't know. I think he needs to be involved in some way, or I don't know. Maybe he can't even be involved. But I just feel like he should be there in some way, or like some kind of tribal thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I
They
just think he
could
should be
do.
added.
They could kind of do of what the Briscoe brothers did. So they had a match. I think it was before 8. I don't know if it was before AEW or not, but they had a match and it was in their chicken farm thing, and their dad.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he wasn't necessarily the referee. He was just saying like, "All right, y'all done now?
Yeah, he's like,
You get it out of your system."
we got a disagreement, so we're gonna beat the hell out of each other, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna be good after it.
Yeah. So they could do that.
Yeah, they could. I don't know
But
if it would be like a cinematic thing, but
I don't know, man. I just wish they would have put more thought into this than just him randomly challenging him one day. I fucking hate how they build shit.
well, there's that. There really, hasn't been too much of a build, but watch this. We're gonna get a. Remember a couple WrestleManias ago, we saw Bret Hart. Oh, I think it was last WrestleMania. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. This match is gonna rival that.
No, it's not.
And
Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth.
And we're gonna have to put a super kick counter on.
That is true.
Like
That
the
is.
amount of super kicks that are gonna happen in this match is gonna be off the charts.
We'll have to do just a separate stream one day of that match and do a shot every time they do a super kick.
Ooh, there's gonna be at least 10.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of super kicks. Yeah, I just wish they would have done something.
Yeah, it kind of did like build, especially from Jay's side, because it was always Jimmy messing something up for him.
Right.
The Intercontinental title match, the match versus Drew, which wasn't even for a title, but he still did it. Like Jay hasn't really responded. He just kept trying to move forward.
Right. I don't know. And then they both, neither one of them found success, and
What are you talking about? Jay Uso? It's just me, Oos. It's got one of the biggest pops entrances. Pop, because
okay, but
that's how we judge it now. Is by your
that's not how I judge it.
doesn't matter what happened in the match. It's what happens when you
I
come
judge.
out.
I don't care how cool you look. If you end up looking at the lights all the time, you're a loser.
Got the glasses, the Yeet
Oh, the
glasses.
glasses are fucking awful. I hate the glasses.
I'm gonna get me a pair.
He looks like a kid. He looks like a kid wearing his dad's glasses.
No. You just don't know style. That's all that is.
I am the peak of style.
Oh, by the way, I saw down. Remember, I told you I saw Britt Baker. Did I say that on the air?
Yeah, we get it. You saw Britt Baker. You're awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, on a different day, I saw this kid wearing a Stone Cold Steve Austin jacket, and this was not like they were gone at this point. So this was just like a kid. I don't know. The point of it is people are wearing wrestling stuff in public again.
Well, no, they always do. Like Austin, and you'll see an NWO shirt. If you start seeing Bloodline shirts, that's when you know.
I actually saw one. That's like, oh, nice shirt. Now get away from me, you virgin.
Ew, wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, next up is Gunther. And there was an awesome video package. It was a 640-day reign. I like when they do the piano shit with him. So the lady says that there's speculation that Gunther has grown overconfident and is overlooking the 6 men competing tonight, whose collective wins that this year you can count on one hand. Gunther says his only focus is his legacy and the responsibility of the Intercontinental Championship. And as a result, he's taken the great prize to heights it's never seen before. Then Gunther lies to us again and says the creme de la creme will compete tonight to face me at the greatest stage of them all. And I'm flattered. It's a testament to all the work I've put in. So aside from that one little lie, good promo.
Yep, and he'll be winning at WrestleMania, so there's that too.
God, I hope so. Speaking of WrestleMania, we have the gauntlet match. And again, this is to determine who will face Gunther one-on-one for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. And all throughout the evening, they had video package for each participant. And it was, they were cool and all, but it's just like, I don't know. Putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to make them seem kind of important.
It's like when you watch a hype video for the Cleveland Browns. Like, okay, this looks good, but you're still the Browns.
Well, hey, you just got Jameis Winston. There's that. The Lord told him he needed to go to Cleveland.
So Ricochet comes out first.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Just real quick. We glanced over it earlier. So the Kabuki Warriors and the Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark.
Yep.
All I wanted to say is this new presentation. This is piggybacking off of the video thing you're talking about. The new presentation when they do the championship introductions, I like it. I just want to point that out.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't see it.
I don't know. So there's like it's almost like a 8K shot. So when they start to do the introductions, you got the the challenger, and then it goes over to the champion team, and there's like I don't know, it's 8K, so they're kind of like 3D, and they're just like posing with the titles, and there's a graphic that says champions. I don't know, it's just another little touch that whoever that new guy who's ever doing the production thing is just like making it more of a sports thing. Or maybe it's TKO putting their stuff in the pot.
Yeah, I wonder how much that is, or how much influence they have on that.
I'm sure they have a lot.
But Ricochet is first. Going back to the gauntlet match. And McTurd is the second competitor. So he and Ricochet start. And of course, McTurd's the first one to lose. Next out is Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed beats Ricochet. And Sami Zayn's next. Reed loses to Sami Zayn. Then Sami Zayn takes the tsunami from Reed because Reed is a sore loser. And then Sami wrestles a full match after that against Shinsuke Nakamura. That kind of bugged me a little bit.
Why so?
He just took Bronson Reed's finish. Didn't Shinsuke like pin him immediately? He kicked out.
I mean, Shinsuke was hot dog into the ring, so it wasn't like he was gloating about it.
All right. I don't know. Just I think that kind of hurt the tsunami a little bit.
Well, he had time to recover because of Shinsuke taking his time getting to the ring.
All right, I won't harp on it. Yeah, so Shinsuke's out. He loses to Zayn. And then Chad Gable is our final combatant for this gauntlet match. And, it was actually pretty good. Ever since the tsunami, Sami Zayn pretty much got his ass kicked and gutted out a victory from then on out. So he really did earn it. And Chad Gable comes out, and Sammy's just lying on the mat, and Gable raises him to his feet because he doesn't want to beat Sammy like that. It's his WrestleMania moment. He wants it with honor. And then Sammy won. I was actually relieved, sort of, because I'm like, Gable would have been the better match, just in terms of logic. I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Well, this brought out, as you would expect, this brought out the internet again. They felt that the wrong person won the match, as it should have been Chad Gable.
Why?
Since he had the built-in story, I guess.
No, he didn't. He dropped it. He dropped it the second he decided to sell a bowl of Ruffles.
I think it was before that.
It was, but
the Ruffles.
That's the earliest I can remember.
Well, I just want to point out that if you listen to our show, we told you this months ago that the WWE moved on. Well, it wasn't like we're not like Fightful or anything, so I guess there's that. But we said it months ago. Oh, it looks like WWE's moving on from Chad Gable. It was around the time that the Creeds beat the Alpha Academy in like, I don't know, 2 minutes. It was around that time. It's like, yeah, don't see how that's helping him get closer to Gunther. And then we got the Ruffles commercial and him and Ninja Tozawa dancing around with the title, the little NFL title that they had for each city.
Yep. The nasty.
Yeah. Oh, Tozawa, that's nasty. But I want to ask, where was the internet community when that stuff was happening? when he was getting beat by the Creed brothers when he's dancing around with the title. You weren't upset then,
It's like
but
they're
now we
not
get
paying
to
attention.
but now we get to WrestleMania, and everybody expected, oh, it's gonna be Chad Gable. This is his moment, and then he loses, and you say, oh, that's the wrong person again. Then now they're thinking that they will be able to change another WrestleMania match.
It's kind of crazy that the fans would turn on Sammy like that.
It is. So much so that there was a story that came out that Sami Zayn, now this is from Booker T, so uh, I don't know if you want to believe it or not, but Booker T said that he spoke to Sammy like on the flight after Raw.
Mm-hmm.
He spoke to Sammy, and Sammy was pretty much upset. Or he was down on himself, I guess you can say. He couldn't believe that the internet would turn against him. He put on that such a good show in the gauntlet match, and he thought the fans love him. So he was taken aback that they, were wanting Chad Gable. He thought he was doing a good thing. Now that's what Booker T said.
Right.
Do I believe it? I mean,
Sounds like you don't believe Booker T.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I do believe him. I don't know why he would lie about that. This being
Because
on
he's a wrestler.
His Hall of Fame podcast, by the way. Go ahead and give it
Yeah.
credit.
He's a wrestler doing a podcast. Why would he tell the truth?
Because that's what gets them the views, telling the truth.
No, the sensationalism is what gets them the views. It just helps that it's the truth. If it turns out to be a lie, then those are more views. Because then you get the hate watchers, and you got to go through that drama. It's all a cycle.
Oh. Well, I'm sure we'll get there one day to have hate watchers. And I'll tell you now, hate watching is still watching, so hate away. And also, come when you come talk shit in our chat, I'm going to talk shit back to you. We're going to have a lot of fun. So look forward to all that. Just bring your. I'm just. One more. When you bring it, bring your worst. Okay? I don't want no light shit. Come with haymakers. Because I'm going to throw haymakers back. And I don't want it to be one sided. I don't want it to be like the rock cutting promos on Cody Rhodes here. You come with your best. I'm going to come with my best. I'm going to come up with stuff that you ain't never heard. I'm going to come cut you so deep. We're going to have fun with it. And I'm sure Harry will also jump in and cut you too. We'll spit roast you verbally.
I don't make challenges to the internet.
Oh.
I respond accordingly, but I don't make challenges to the internet because I have seen that the internet will oblige you. So,
Oh, you're scared of the internet. Okay.
if you want to take it that way.
All I'm saying, we'll have fun.
When you're sobbing in a bathtub,
We're gonna have fun with it. That's all I'm saying.
when you're lying in the fetal position while hot water is running down on you because of the mean comments, I don't want to hear it.
Okay. Well, I can already tell you there's no words that you can say to me that's gonna, affect me. There's no words. I've been what time I grew up in? We grew up in? We had to get physically beat for it to hurt. No words are gonna do anything. I've been titty fucked while doing a bench press. Essentially, that's what it was. I mean, there was no penis or anything, but I was trying to do a bench press, and it was a moment where, you do the bench press, and then someone would come and like twist your nipples while you're holding the bench up, and then you can't drop the weight
How do you
because
equate nipple twisting to titty fucking?
I'm saying essentially, I'm trying to lift these weights. I got 245 clanking and banging, and then someone comes and twists nipples. It's like
220.
and you just like holding up 225.
Wait, 245 or 225?
300. This is
Okay.
I'm holding up 500 pounds and someone's.
Yeah. I still remember the day I wore that mesh jersey and I forgot my t-shirt.
Oh yeah. I
Worst
don't think you
worst
forgot it.
goddamn day of my life. And I've been spit on.
I don't think you. I don't think you forgot it. I think you just didn't know. You thought it was going to be acceptable.
No. I forgot it. There's no goddamn way I would wear a mesh shirt in the condition I was in.
Oh. And then the half shirts. They were also, I was jogging one time with the half shirt and I was like out. And then I heard this girl say ill. And you think that affected me? It didn't. I said, that bitch, what's wrong with her? She's gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, I get it. She must be a lesbian.
Yeah.
Silly possible explanation there.
What's wrong with her? She didn't like this. Yeah, that's the only logical explanation here.
Well, going
Yeah,
back to the going back to the gauntlet match, Sammy and Gable, they had a weird moment. We're supposed to feel bad for Gable, but WWE did nothing to make us care for him when this moment actually came. And then Gunther came out and he had a stare down with Sammy. And that was the end of Raw.
Yeah, so just to put a bow on where the internet's landing, they think that maybe Chad Gable is going to be added to the match as a triple threat match to make it right. And again,
Jesus fucking Christ.
that nullifies what we just spent that gauntlet match was, I don't know, what, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So we just wasted all that to put Chad Gable in a triple threat match that he
Right.
didn't even win to get in.
He lost. He didn't even get screwed. He lost fair and square.
Yeah. Clean loss.
In fact, he had an opportunity to win and he didn't take it. So not only did Sammy beat him, he beat himself. He's not ready for Gunther. He needs to go back to the Ruffles. And I mean, it is the better match. I think he and Gable and Gunther any day of the week would have a better match than Sammy and Gunther. But if you want to be just in terms of, logic and presentation, it ain't Gable.
Yeah. I would say he's not the right person. Now you also add in the fact, especially if we want to add in this fact, as I alluded to, I don't think Gunther's losing at WrestleMania at all. So if it was Gable, like the second they made it a one-on-one match, I would say he wasn't going to lose. So yeah, if it was Gable, and he's been talking all this shit about next time he gets a chance, he's going to beat Gunther, and the plan was for Gunther to not lose at WrestleMania, and you put Gable in there, then there's really no more coming back from that. Like you can let it build for like a one more chance. Like Gable can now, off of this loss, he can, I'm done with this Alpha Academy shit. I had this chance, I lost it. I need to do this. He goes off on his own. He starts stringing together wins. That's very important. Stringing together wins.
Yep.
Running through the roster. And then when we get to Berlin, Bash in Berlin, now you have an opportunity. Or um, I don't know, SummerSlam that's going to be in Cleveland.
Maybe he shaves his head and puts a mouthpiece in.
Oh, that'd be good. Start coming out to. Dun, 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 dun. I
Yeah,
think they
because
should keep that theme. Someone should use that theme. I mean, they reused it for Kurt Angle. That was the Patriots theme.
it was.
So
Yeah, you're right. They can build off this. That's what they should have done when Gable lost the first time. That way, this could have been something instead of just Sammy. It's Sammy.
yeah, so Sammy's gonna get it, and also you can't leave Sammy off the card. He's one of your bigger names, bigger draws. So honestly, a bigger draw than Chad Gable. So yeah, you can't leave him off the card. So all in all, um, it's good for the choice that they made. I would
Yeah,
say,
they did make a good choice. I did have a sigh of relief.
and the reign of Gunther continues as it
Yeah,
will.
we'll see what happens at WrestleMania. It's just really interesting how the fans seem to have just turned on Sammy, because this time last year he should have been, in Cody's spot, and now fuck him.
Well, yeah, it is funny. He's he was in that scenario last year, but the underdog's part of the story, and now he's the favorite who now people want the underdog part of the story to take his place.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they've necessarily turned on him. I think it was just the people again. It goes all the way back to WWE bending the knee and changing the Rock Roman match, and now the people think if they're vocal enough, they can get everything changed. I was thinking maybe they should just bring back like cyber. Remember Cyber Tuesday or Cyber that pay per view where you get the vote.
Yeah, it was
Maybe
Cyber
they should.
Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe they should bring that back since everybody wants to book the card themselves.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but that was rigged too.
No, what do you mean? Those weren't really the votes that.
Well, they let you vote, but the matches they still wanted, I think they still did.
Oh, that's a lie.
Well, it's wrestling.
Well, maybe they bring it back really this time. It was a
Maybe.
good concept years ago. It was just ahead of its time. But now you got again so many vocal people. Let them vote, and then really do the vote. And then, I mean, you can still have your winner predetermined. Like, okay, whoever they pick, you're gonna face, but you're gonna win. If you want to, you can keep that.
Right.
Or oh, this is gonna be this type of match. Just I don't know. Here's a concept: be prepared for whatever the vote's gonna be and the type of match it is. But yeah, this I was just thinking that because there's so many damn people with opinions. Every little thing, something's wrong. Like just golly, you have to complain about everything on the show. You complain about Maxine. You complain about Chad Gable. Um, we I think we gloss over the 6-pack challenge, which is going to be a cluster. Like, why are they putting so many tag teams in a match,
Because they
in a
don't have
ladder
anything
match,
better
and
to
all that?
do. It is interesting because they have at least 2 matches taken up by the same people. So you would think that there would be plenty of spots between the 2 nights, that they don't have to do all these multi-man matches.
Right. And it's just like that match just seems like an injury waiting to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll shall see how it goes. I don't think Chad Gable will be added to anything. I think he's going to be at home watching WrestleMania, as he should, because again, he was spent the better part of the year as a comedy. So stay in the comedy act.
That's what you get. But that was the end of Raw.
And last thing, we told you about
Oh,
it months ago in the video that absolutely no one watched. We told you about it.
yeah.
Hmm.
We pretty much said this whole thing that played out, we pretty much said.
Yeah.
Spotlight was going to shine on him for no reason. Or no, he was going to just go back down to the end of the card. Spotlight was going to shine on him for no reason. And then, yeah.
Plucked from obscurity, as they say.
But ultimately, they didn't pull the trigger. But yep, that was Raw. You want to go ahead and shill the shills?
Yes, we are on our way to 500 subscribers. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the like button. It helps to share the video out to more people. Follow us on all the social medias. We got Instagram, TikTok before it gets shut down, YouTube, Spotify, and all the likes or all the. Oh no, that's all the social medias that we have. We are also affiliated with WWE. So if you are buying anything on the shop, in the description next to the like button, you will find a code, and there's that. So there you go.
All
I think
right.
that's it.
Well, we had Memphis, Tennessee for SmackDown. Of course, they replayed last Friday with Seth and Cody, Rock, and Roman. And when they replayed Seth telling Rock to shut the hell up, he looked like such a kid. Especially standing next to the Rock with the stupid glasses on, the stupid overcoat, and the stupid everything. He's looking up at the Rock. Shut up!
Well, that's just The Rock, just overshadowing everybody physically.
Well, they never explained what happened after Cody slapped the Rock.
Oh, after they went off the air?
Yeah, like, did security have to separate them? Did the Rock and Roman just leave awkwardly? Did they fight?
I guess what we would say is, yeah, they left awkwardly
Okay,
because
that's
The
just
Rock did that smile.
and he just left. Okay, I'm gonna let you slap me. You got two big Samoans. I don't know. That just doesn't sit right with me.
Well, he's
I wish they would have like shown a shot of like security just going in and at least getting in between them or something.
well, The Rock's been taken to social media to explain all the gaps. It's kind of become a running thing. Friday before SmackDown, The Rock's gonna cut a promo on social media, and it usually fills the gaps. It's a lot more. It it's rated R because he can cuss on his Instagram account, not on live TV.
So wait, not only do I have to social media extra story for this 3 hour show or or is it 2 hours?
SmackDown's 2 hours, yeah.
Okay, 2 hour show. But I got to get a fucking Instagram account.
Well, first of all, we have an Instagram account,
Oh, we
and
do. Oh,
yes, I
oh
just
never
said
mind.
go follow us on Instagram.
Oh,
What, are
I
you not
don't
listening
really.
to me, Shill?
No, I sure don't.
Is that your time to take a break or something? You better be. I need you dialed in when I'm shilling.
I know what we have sometimes.
Um, but yeah, he does the thing on Instagram. I will do also want to point out that everybody else has a chance to do this too. Like, why is it just The Rock that's doing this? You know, this branches off. People are complaining that The Rock is taking up so much airtime, and um, you know, I don't know if I told you this off air or on air, but now you got like New Catch Republic getting less time on the air because The Rock taking up so much time, and Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, they're not really getting rebuttals. Well, they can go on social media and rebuttal. Um, Drew McIntyre is doing it too. Bailey is doing it. Like the people who are taking their stuff serious is, oh, I don't have to go on TV. I can put it on my social media, and a million people is going to see it. Yes, the internet side of the community, but and the people who just focus to the TV part, they don't get it. This time, The Rock, he did kind of cut the same promo that he did on social media. Again, it's just had cuss words in it on social media, but he's been filling the gaps. Is the point of all that?
Yeah.
So he said, basically on this week's, he said that Cody Rhodes, you slapped me, and you know finally you grew some balls. So yeah, he alluded to nothing happened. He just respected it because Cody Rhodes is finally growing some balls. But then what happened? You go out on Monday Night Raw, the biggest moment of your life, and you get this promo, and what do? And again, this is what he says in his little thing. And then he points out that he cries. And then the only difference
This
is
is
like,
this is the Instagram promo, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And then the only difference is he plays the clip of him crying. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" It's like, no wonder, no wonder your fans are crybabies. Is because their superhero. This is a crybaby too. So yeah, that was pretty much the only difference.
Okay. Well, The Rock starts off. Um, the lightning effect was a lot better, I thought. And it's because they didn't have the camera on the entrance the whole time. So you didn't just see him walk out and just stand awkwardly.
Yeah,
The camera kind of cut to the lightning. And then, because the effect is the lightning's supposed to, the rock is supposed to be lightning there.
yeah. It reveals that he's there.
Yeah. So if you have the camera there the whole time and you just see his silhouette, it just kind of ruins the effect. But they kind of, you still saw him there, but they cut to it just before the lightning hit and it revealed the rock. And I don't know. I feel validated in my critique last week.
Okay.
Acknowledge me.
I said
Uh,
okay.
they did a beat switch to the Hollywood Rock theme on his way out. Did you notice
Yep.
that? Okay.
Got a huge pop, of course.
Although it didn't mean as much without the little is cooking. I would have liked that
Yeah,
better.
we were missing that, and it was also like a remixed version of the Hollywood theme.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that too. But yes, it brought back the memories. So the slow thing, again, stuff we've been talking about that we wanted to see, and then here we go, getting it. So WWE is abreast of what's going on social media.
And you did say it was Rock 10.0 or something like that.
Yep, still building the story that he is becoming the biggest thing overshadowing Roman. And then Roman's going to have to. This is building to WrestleMania 41, where Roman's going to have to correct it. I was also thinking, I don't know if it's too far of a jump, but he's cooking Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins like this. What's going to happen when he's going one on one with Roman Reigns? Roman
Yeah,
Reigns better hope he's not he being The Rock. Better hope The Rock's not the heel, because geez, uh, someone's if The Rock's heel, someone's getting cooked, and that would be Roman Reigns.
that's true. Well, Memphis loved The Rock. So if there's any city in America that is not full of Cody crybabies, it's Memphis.
Yeah, that was interesting, that Memphis crowd. So The
Well,
Rock initially he came out and he said this was his home. This is where he started his career.
yeah, he's got like 100 homes.
Well, he said this is where he started his career. He used to wrestle in like a gymnasium on Channel 5 on local channel. Uh I forgot what he said his name was, like Swole Johnson or something like that.
I don't
So
know.
like this was his indie thing before he got signed to the WWE. So it was in Memphis.
Yeah. Memphis is also very specific on who they root for.
There's that, yeah.
Yeah, so Brock normally says he comes out and shits on the city, but he calls this place home. And then he does a concert. He calls Cody a mistake and a product of Dusty doing drugs and alcohol. And he says Seth got off easy. He said he's got to make his title disappear, and his husband is more popular than he is. Then he said Cody's going to need stitches to deal with all. So deal with it, Cody crybaby bitches. And then Rock calls himself the final boss.
Yep.
I probably could have done without the concert.
Well, I was entertained.
Yeah.
It was a blues concert for those who care that much about it. It was not a rock concert, it was a blues concert, because Memphis is the home of rhythm and blues, which they're not. Maybe. I don't know. I thought Memphis was supposed to be the country place. Country music.
That's Nashville.
Oh.
Nashville has the Grand Ole Opry and all that shit.
So they're trying to take two.
Well, I mean, I know Memphis is pretty big because of the BB King thing in Beale Street.
Okay. So that is blues.
Yeah. Memphis is blues, Nashville's country.
Okay. So yeah, then you have so yeah, it was a blues concert. I don't have the lyrics, but you pretty much glossed over what he said. Made
I didn't
fun of.
gloss over. I hit the main points.
I'm saying, I was gonna, I was
Oh, you
gonna,
wanted to sing it?
I was gonna do it, but yeah, well, I don't have the lyrics, so
Okay. Well, do you want me to find them for you?
nope, that's okay.
All right.
Well, yeah, you kind of went over what he said, and then after the concert, he kind of that was the rehash of what he did on social or on Instagram.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, he cuts a promo on Cody's mom.
Yeah, he talking about how which kind of tells me that Cody's crying is part of his little character. It's not genuine. Or am I reading too much into it?
I don't know. I don't know if I was thinking like maybe Cody cried and then they turned it into a story.
Okay.
Because he pretty much does that crying thing all the time anyway. So
Yeah, but I remember I said I think that's part of his character, or it doesn't feel genuine. Like he does it on cue.
yeah,
On cue perfectly every time.
maybe he's just an emotional guy. That's what the 2020 guy or 2024 guys are, emotional.
We just call him gay, but whatever.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I don't know. So yeah, The Rock, like you said, talked about Cody slapping him. He really made me sit up when he said, "You got to be shitting me." So you follow up you slapping me by crying about your mama. Oh, I'm gonna give the title to my daddy. I can't give the title to my daddy. I'm gonna give it to my mommy. Shut up. You don't go give it to nobody. I don't even want to talk to you anymore, Cody. I want to talk to your mama. Cody's mama, you don't know me, but you're gonna know me. Your son took something from me. I'm gonna make him pay. I'm gonna make his whole family pay. And I'm gonna make you pay. I know you want so bad for your son to finish his story and hand you that belt, but it'd stay on the waist of my cousin Roman. Mama Rhodes, you are gonna get a belt. The Rock's belt. Now at this point, Memphis starts chanting, "Whoop that trick" for Cody's mama.
Yeah, remember now we're talking. He's cutting a promo. I was like, whoa, because he's cutting a promo on Cody's mother, and we get a whoop that trick.
And at this,
Memphis, you sick dogs.
yeah, they're pretty ruthless. And at this point, I'm thinking like he's gonna belt, like literally belt Cody's mama. But then he pulls out a weightlifting belt that has a Brahma bull on it. It had something engraved on it. Did he reveal what it was?
It was just his little mantra thing. So blood, sweat, respect, and earn. I think was.
Okay.
I don't know his little. If you're familiar with his Under Armour line, those are like key themes throughout.
I'm not. So there's that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
In fact, I thought they discontinued the Under Armour line.
No, it's still there.
Okay.
Actually, pretty popular.
Yeah, I like the Brahma bull imagery. Obviously, it's good imagery. And then he covered it up. So good job, Dwayne.
Yeah.
So yeah, Memphis starts chanting, "Whoop that trick, whoop that trick," and I just imagine this frail old woman just watching Monday Night Raw and hearing that. Savage. And he's gonna whoop Cody like a dog. Calls him son. And then after he's done whooping Cody, bloody, and Roman counts or beats him 1, 2, 3, he's gonna walk over to Cody's mama. He's gonna take that belt, all stained and dripping with her son's blood. He's gonna hand it to her. She's gonna be crying. That's okay. He gets it. He's gonna wipe away her tears, and he's gonna whisper in her ear, "Michelle, what can I say? You're welcome." And then he smiles. And then he does this
Another
again.
savagery.
Yeah. That kind of gave me goosebumps. I'm not going to lie. At first, I was disgusted that it was a fucking Moana reference. But then I started thinking about how fucking chilling that is.
Yeah, this is like so sadistic that
Yeah.
he's referencing a children's movie, but in an evil way.
Yeah. So yeah, A plus. I do wish that they would have cut out the concert part. I didn't think that added anything other than just having The Rock do his concert, which I've never been a fan of.
Yeah, that was just the sports entertainment part.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he went through he basically put on a one-man show. Like he went he started
Yeah.
out think talking about his memories, goes into a rock concert, then goes into a promo.
That's a good point. Yeah, you're right. It's not too many people that can do that. It's almost like he's from Hollywood.
It is. Oh, and he calls himself most importantly here, he calls himself the final boss.
Yes. Which
Which
they emphasized a lot on commentary. They weren't subtle about that at all.
they did. Two things. Number one, that's a thing that's been floating around on the internet for a while.
What's
Final
that?
boss.
Oh, with Rock?
No, just in general. We would call
Oh,
people. I think I remember Gunther called Brock Lesnar his final boss. So it's just like, I don't know, lingo that's been there. But the bigger part of it is Reigns has been referred to since he changed from the dun dun to his new song.
mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns has been referred to as the final boss. So that's interesting there. Oh, by the way, Roman Reigns will be on the Pat McAfee show on Friday, so I'm sure there's going to be something there.
Sure. I won't watch it.
You don't got to. You don't got to. I'll watch it.
Pat Mac.
I'll watch it anyway. You can learn a lot looking up at the top.
Like what?
Well, how to be better. See, you got to take your emotion out of it. You got to be looking at like what they're doing and how they're successful. Now, it does add an element, and this is not about The Rock anymore. It does add an element to the fact that he's a former player. Cam Newton's a former player. Shannon Sharp's a former player. Shaq is a former player. But they're entering the podcast game, so now there are. Well, no, they were already in the podcast game. Shaq's new. He's new to the podcast game. His little big podcast. Where I'm going with all this is we taking the person out of it. They're successful for a reason. Just got to look upon that to better ourselves as a show. And they're our competition now because they're in the podcast. But they're sports podcasts. We're wrestling. Different. I don't know what the point of any of that was. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You were trying to explain to me why you watch Pat McAfee because I said I'm not going to watch it. You said that's okay. You don't have to, and then you were saying,
Oh no, that's not the reason.
oh,
I just watched that show.
well, no, I think that's what your point was. Or that's why you went into that diatribe. Watch them to get better.
Yes.
I was listening.
H3, whoever that guy is,
Oh,
watch
don't
him.
no. Why do you listen to? Never mind.
Again, I take the person out of it. I'll be honest, I've never watched his show, but I know he's one of the bigger podcasts. I did a Google search for like the biggest podcasts, and I wanted to go through and study all of them. I remember that name. So I've never actually watched any of it, but I know he's one of the bigger podcasts. Joe Rogan, watch his show. See what we can pluck from Joe Rogan. Turns out there's nothing we can pluck from Joe Rogan. He's just like such a good conversationalist. So it's just like different levels to the game, and he's on another one.
Yeah, he just gets high and has a few drinks and bullshits.
Yeah, I was like, man,
It's a unique format.
could you imagine that being able to have a conversation with
Just
someone
talk
like
about,
that?
yeah,
Like I get like 5 minutes, and then it's like, okay,
yeah, right.
like someone, you walk up to a stranger and you have like a little quick conversation. It's like, okay, I don't know what else to say. I'm just gonna be quiet.
One
But
of
he's
the range of topics that he covers too, because like I don't like it when he does the MMA shit personally. Like I know that's his baby, but I don't find those as interesting. But when he has like the scientists and shit on, or the
yeah,
actors, or the other comedians, and the conspiracy theorists, and yeah, just the range of subjects that he covers, and he engages in all of it. It's very unique. There's a reason why he's successful.
yes, but yeah, look at his show and it's like, could we flow the conversation? But yeah, where he goes is like crazy.
Yeah.
But maybe one day we just like become an anything podcast.
Well, it also helps that he's a stand-up too, because he knows how to riff and stuff.
Yeah, and we also got the one podcast where we just we just turned the stream on and went. That one got demonic or got a copyright strike because of
Yeah.
we started talking about some weird stuff and when
we went off the rails a little bit.
yeah. But yeah, Roman Reigns will be on the podcast, Pat McAfee's show on Friday. So we will see what happens there. But that final boss line, something to pay attention to.
Well, obviously they said it 100 times.
Yeah. So I guess they're saying that's his new. So we had Hollywood Rock, we had Nation Rock, and then this is the final boss Rock. So it's a new iteration of the Rock.
All right. Well, after that, a Mexican tag team beat another Mexican tag team to qualify for the 6-pack challenge tournament thingy.
And that was LWO beating
No, it wasn't.
Legato beating the LWO. And apparently how they're doing it on SmackDown side, they're doing a mini tournament. So Legato, they've moved on to the next step of this tournament. And then ultimately there's only going to be, I think, one team from SmackDown who gets added to the 6-pack challenge thing. And now that we're on the 6-pack challenge, R-Truth and The Miz will be wrestling to qualify and to sheer. And I want you to imagine who's going to be winning that match.
Oh, I know. God damn it.
So
why am I a fan of any of these people?
let's have a moment of silence for Indashir.
God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah. They were so promising.
They're so awesome. How do you look at those two big ass Indian dudes and just no, let's have them lose to R-Truth's old ass
And the Miz.
and the Miz.
Collectively, yeah. Fall from grace they are.
That's worse than what they've done to Unholy Union. Remember them?
Yeah. I know. What did they take them off of NXT for if this was the direction? And that direction being no direction.
Yeah, I just think of when they had that little moment when they were hugging and crying and they had the close up and they zoomed in and shit. And now look at them.
They gotta watch Maxine Dupree wrestle.
Yeah. So LA Knight did an interview, and Knight is asked about his quest to find AJ Styles by the lady. And Knight asks for the mic. The lady hands the mic over to Knight and then just leaves. So I don't know why he didn't just come out for a promo if they were going to do that.
I don't know. It seems I don't know why.
Like all they do is repackage these talking segments. I think they overthought that one.
Well, I think it was good that he actually. It was good that it was the change of pace that he goes out to the ring goes to the ramp as opposed to going to the ring.
Yeah, that was fine. He could have come out to the entrance though. They used to do that. Where did the entrance promos? I got something to say. Then need if the lady was just going to be there to introduce him and walk away. I don't know. It was just a waste of a lady. Just my opinion. Nitpicking, I guess. So night one Styles. Styles doesn't come out. And he goes, that's what I thought. He can go all the way to Australia, but he can't come to Memphis, Tennessee. He calls him Napoleon. Says he's not big enough for the ride. And he says, you say I walk around like I own the place. Well, I might not own the place, but I own your ass. So if you can't show up to SmackDown, I know you'll show up to WrestleMania. And then AJ Styles runs up from behind with a chair, takes out Knight. Then he does that thing where he sits on the chair over Knight's neck. And then he accepts the WrestleMania match. Which is another thing we said would happen. Since we're calling out our W's.
We did. People were talking about, I mean, yeah, people were, the going thing was, LA Knight's going to get in WrestleMania by having the U.S. title match against Logan Paul. It's like, no. Now, we do take L sometimes. I'm not going to be... Let's call a spade. We do take some L's. Like I said, Randy Orton was going to face Nick Aldis. Missed that one. I was way off on that one. But we're getting a lot of them right. And we don't have sources.
Oh, I said Jay and Jimmy. I think you said it was too soon, if I'm not mistaken.
We are not just counting my losses, equal amount of losses.
Well, I didn't say nothing about all this.
We said it. We both said it.
Well, no, I said Aldis and Pierce.
We did that thing where we finished the sentences, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Nick," and then you said Aldis. Yeah, we took the L there, but we did say LA Knight versus AJ Styles was the direction, and it was a bigger match because it would be a step backwards, honestly, for LA Knight to be going after the US title after he just challenged Roman Reigns. So
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It'll be a nice little night one pre-show match. Oh wait, no, we
yep.
still have the LWO and the other guys.
Well, we'll see where that's going. Um. Oh, I do want to point out though, LA Knight still feels like a big deal.
Does he?
Yeah, like I don't know, just like his presence, the aura, the Kavorka, as he calls it.
I don't know. He kind of just feels like another guy. Ever since Punk and Orton came back, it kind of just seems like everybody that was on top of the card just got shuffled down a notch.
Yeah, like yeah, they did definitely take a step back, but I mean, is he kind of getting lost in the shuffle? Yes, but I still think he's I don't know. Just looking at him, feels like a big deal. Still,
Okay. Well, we'll have to see what happens. Nick Aldis and Logan Paul had a thing. Logan wants to know what Orton's punishment's going to be for RKOing him in KSI last week. Paul wants an apology, but not for him, but for Aldis because of all the trouble he could get into. And Aldis tells Paul to ask Orton to apologize himself. Paul tells Aldis that it's his job, but how can he expect him to do that when he can't find a WrestleMania opponent for him? And then later, Paul announced on his podcast that SummerSlam will be hosted in Cleveland, Ohio. And I only noted that because KSI pretended he knew what Cleveland, Ohio was. British bastard.
I mean, he might know where it is,
No, he
but
doesn't.
I don't know. Feels like kind of a letdown.
It being in Cleveland?
Yeah,
Why is that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just well, no, sorry. SummerSlam is in Cleveland. Um, I guess that being the time because it's summer, I guess that's okay. But if it was in the winter, that would be kind of a letdown. Not that I would go, but you know, it's like Cleveland, really? That's where you're gonna go? Now, WrestleMania, on the other hand,
So wait. What if they went to Chicago in the winter? That's
well, okay. If it was in Chicago, that seems like a better destination.
I'm not. Well, okay, yeah, you're right. But Cleveland's not a slouch destination. That's a historical destination.
Okay.
It's not like it's Cincinnati.
Yeah, that'd be bad. I don't know. I was just trying to picture like
And if they do like a winter pay-per-view, it's going to be in an indoor thing, so I don't see what the issue would be.
well, it's summer, so it'll be fine. I
Yeah.
just remember one year we visited, or I came to visit you, and it was in the northern part of the country, and I never saw green grass. Never saw green. It was always snowing the whole time.
Oh, is that when we drove in the blizzard
Yeah.
and you said you were gonna you had
Well,
the
we don't
great
need to bring
idea.
that up.
What?
I said we don't need to bring that part up.
The blizzard?
No, the
Oh.
next part you're about to say.
Oh, no. I just want it to be on record, immortalized. You had this great idea, this brilliant idea. Oh, let's just stay up all night. Because it'll be, I don't even know what your fucking rationale was. So we did that. And guess who sleeps the whole way while I'm white knuckling it through a fucking blizzard?
I didn't even last 5 minutes.
No, you didn't. I was so pissed. I'm tired.
Yeah, I got as soon as I got in the car, I was like, I'm out. I will say I did feel bad about that. I was like, oh man, I had this idea and I'm the one who slept the whole car.
Well, it's
I didn't
my
even
fault.
like wake you. I didn't even help you drive or anything. It's just
Nope.
straight sleep.
Yep.
And like you wake me up. Oh, we're here. What? What do you mean we're here?
Get your shit and get out, fucker. Yeah, it was awful. Jimmy accepts Jay's challenge. Heyman's walking with Solo. Lady stops Heyman to ask what the Bloodline's response to Jay is. Jimmy interrupts. Jimmy says Jay forgot that Jay's the little brother. I raised you. You followed me everywhere. Last year it was me and you. This year it's me versus you. I got you. You want me? Yeet. Paul Heyman sliding off in the background when Jimmy started was the best part.
And the surprise on his face.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little bit of a story too. Like he didn't clear this with the tribal chief before he accepted the match. So
I caught it, or I took it as like, oh, Jimmy's breaking out of his shell or something.
yeah, because he said,
Like Heyman's scared of Jimmy.
"Oh, well, I take it as yeah, he didn't ask Roman Reigns, what are you doing?" But we've already talked about that match. Hopefully, I mean, they got 2 weeks. Maybe they can do something. I mean, they have a lifetime of story built in.
They just haven't done a very good job of making you care about hardly any of this shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I think they would have to, or they should add another element like Rikishi.
Fair. Well, not even that. It's just like Sammy and Gunther. It'll be a good match, but are you really gunning to see Sammy and Gunther?
Um, no, but yeah, I know the match will deliver, like you said, but
Right.
there's not
The
really.
6-pack challenge. The fuck?
That's just going to be a car crash.
Ripley and Becky, yeah, they've been building that, I guess. But Becky's just she's getting the spotlight treatment.
True.
Io and Bailey, I think that one has the best potential in terms of what they've invested in it. Of course, the bloodline shit. But you have Jimmy and Jay, they're just, I don't know. They haven't really done a whole lot to, aside from them being brothers and being in the bloodline, and then Jimmy showing up twice. They haven't really done a whole lot to really make you care about this.
That's true. And that's what a lot of people are saying.
Okay, so I'm not alone.
No.
Believe it or not, I don't like read the internet and shit.
That's good. That's good. You should not read it because, yeah, they're idiots. That's why.
Yeah, they are.
But I like to bring this stuff up to you so that we get your genuine reaction to like what the internet's saying. But I guess on the other hand, that doesn't give you time to prepare a rebuttal. Like if you want to bring up like points or something, then it give you time for that.
Yeah.
But bullet points,
Well, then that's not a genuine reaction. That's a prepared reaction.
true.
Well, Grayson Waller lost to Randy Orton. Logan Paul was on commentary. Theory attacked Orton after the match. Paul he made like he was going to hit Orton with his titanium enforced right hand, while Theory and the other one held Orton's arms. Owens comes out for the save. Orton almost RKO's Owens. Then Theory comes in, and then he eats a goofy stunner RKO combo. And then
Yeah, that was a little weird.
it was the way he jumped.
Yeah, I mean, I know what they were trying to do, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was. Now, I guess what he could have done to make it a little bit better looking
If we could just
was
work
to,
out.
yeah, let me mark up here. I'm marking up. Okay. You take the stunner, backflip, and then take the RKO. So you get stunned so hard you do a backflip, and then you take the RKO. I don't know.
I
At
think
least I'm not talking about him falling on thumbtacks, right?
if you, that's true. If you did a stunner and he did a twist into the RKO, I think that might look more natural.
Yeah, but it was the fact that he like jumped.
He obviously jumped.
Yeah, it wasn't like a natural because he didn't like get hit with the stunner and then pop up from that. Like he gets
Yeah.
hit with the stunner, there's a
Then
little
jumped.
delay, and then he jumps.
Yeah. So I think if Orton was behind him and he kind of twisted or spun around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just my marking out moment. But the look on Randy's face, you would have thought like they just wrote Stairway to Heaven. Because it's like, oh, we got something. The whole thing was weird. And Paul even yelled, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Saldus comes out and asks Paul how the apology went. Paul just has a little grumpy face. All it says, Paul will defend his title against Owens and Orton in a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Which I didn't see that coming at all. I thought it was going to be Orton. I was dead set that it was going to be Orton. Then Owens came out. I was like, okay, well, I guess they're going to go with a tag team or like a handicap match or some shit. But no, they went with a triple threat match.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about it. It seems that the only reason they're doing that is to have Paul keep the title.
Okay.
That's your out. So now he doesn't have to, one v one beat Owens or Randy Orton.
Ready to beat Owens.
He didn't pin him.
Yeah, he
He
did.
won by DQ.
I thought he pinned him.
No, Owens got caught with the knucks.
No, oh, and yeah. You're right. You're right.
So yeah, I can't take credit for this one.
What's that?
I said I can't even take credit for this one. I don't know if I suggested that. I'm sure I did, but it was like a these are the options type thing, so I can't even
Yeah,
take.
yeah. No, I thought it was gonna be Logan Paul and Orton because Orton and Owens have been friends. Like I don't know why. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, I did think it was going to be Orton until they kept like the Kevin Owens thing around. So I had a
Yeah.
feeling that it might be going that direction.
Okay.
But then they introduced they had KSI there last week. And I was like, oh well, maybe it's going to be like a tag team thing.
Yeah.
Get him on the card, but not that either. So I did say it, but I just didn't. It wasn't like this is happening. It was like this could happen.
Right. Well, good job. Um, Dakota Kai had a promo, and Kai says she's going to break Bailey, and it's all her fault. And anyone who feels sorry for her is out of their mind. Bailey was jealous of Io and threatened by the Kabuki Warriors. And to grow stronger as a group, they had to cut the dead weight. And this is a message to Bailey and the entire locker room that Damage Control runs the show. It's a good promo.
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe she has to make it back on the list, but she's not on the list. That being Dakota Kai.
Okay.
I was gonna put her back on. She's like, teetering, but yeah, she has to stay off the list. You keep cutting good promos like that. You know, I like I like dominant and control women. You know, like Rhea Ripley too. So, dominant, act like they're boss babe or whatever they call them, in charge, man. I like it.
Rhea Ripley
I
looks like
gotta.
she would leave marks.
Well, I like it. I got this thing for like dominant women,
Mm.
but not for anything weird that you would probably think. It's like, oh man, I'd just love to put that bitch in her place. Think you can? You think you?
Not anything not anything bad or anything. Not
Yeah,
anything
like
extreme.
yeah. Well, when
I
you
just want
think
to punch
dominant,
her.
you think dominant, you think like I don't know, them controlling you or putting you on a leash and shit. No, no, no. I want this bitch to know what place she's in. Maybe, you know, have my way with forcefully. I'm still. Please move on.
Okay. Gladly. um God, where was I? So
Damage control beating
Mexican
damage
beat
control.
another Mexican and a bunch of Mexicans fought each other. Boy, we're on a roll. And Ray challenges Escobar to a match at SmackDown next week, not WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I think it'll turn into the WrestleMania match. It's
I was thinking that too.
how we
Like
get
there's
there,
gonna be
we'll
some
see. Yeah.
fuckery. But we gotta still stretch this out till WrestleMania. This is the only way they know how to.
Yeah, maybe it'll be some faction warfare. Like, I mean, we got enough multi-man matches on the card, so I guess they're gonna add another one with this.
Oh,
LWO versus Legato thing.
isn't Karrion Kross and Bobby Lashley, aren't they facing each other?
Uh, I don't know if that's gonna be on WrestleMania.
Okay. I can't.
Like,
I
we
remember
got
talking about it, but I've slept since then. I don't know in what context.
oh, I think we were thinking maybe that's gonna be a a multi-man match, but oh,
Oh,
something
that's right. Yeah.
we got SmackDown before, we got Raw before. Those shows got to get filled too. Like those are the pre-night things.
Well, Tyler Bate and his lesbian beat Pretty Deadly. I have no idea why they went through the trouble of doing the whole Pete Dunne change if they were just going to put him in a group again.
I don't know. People are liking the tag team.
Okay. I guess they're facing the other team from earlier next week.
Legato, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So the winners will go on to. Are there? Wait, there might be more teams getting into this. Anyway, the winners will face each other, and then whoever wins that. So only one team from SmackDown is going to the six-pack challenge.
There you go. And then you got what, 5 other teams to decide? Or is it 3 teams?
So it's the champions,
Right.
and then you got 3 teams from Raw, 1 team from SmackDown. Wait, that would be 5. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure
So
it out.
so it is 6 teams.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bailey beat. Did she beat Dakota Kai?
I guess you would call it. I don't know. I guess you would call it a no contest.
Okay.
Well, it should be a disqualification, but I don't think they call it that anymore. I just think they call it no contest.
Gotcha. Well, this was the first time I noticed the Damage Control's theme song changed.
Yeah, changed a little bit. Yeah.
It's more Japanese. It's the same fucking theme song. It's just instead of I assume black ladies. That's what it sounded like to me. They switched it with Japanese ladies, or it's a subtle change, but it's very noticeable once you can't unhear it.
Yeah.
Although I don't know because will Io still come out with her awesome theme, and then the Kabuki Warriors have their theme. So the only time that they do this theme is when Dakota Kai comes out and when they come out as a group.
So maybe now Kai's just coming back from injury,
Okay.
so I guess we don't know completely because she did come out this week, but she does have her own theme.
Okay. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean she has her own thing, which was I was surprised they didn't use it, but
I
well,
wish they would just have one theme. Like, aren't they a team?
yeah.
Okay.
But come on, their themes are all awesome. They gotta have their individual themes.
They can do
Dun,
individual.
dun,
Like,
dun,
remember the
dun, dun, dun.
uh, 6 from the NWO? He had his own little variation of the NWO theme. Hogan had his own theme. So I mean, you can still, I don't know, you can still play off the group theme with your own flair.
Yeah, like the Judgment Day. They'll have like remixed versions of their theme. like a
Yeah.
Judgment Day-esque
Except for
version of their
Ripley.
theme. She used to come out to something different than she does now. But now, yeah, I guess
I
that
eat,
subtle
sleep,
change.
breathe. The demons in my air. Eat, sleep, breathe. Get it on, mom. Go, go. It is a badass theme. I will give her that.
Yeah, it is.
Io and Bailey do the thing again where Bailey turns. Oh wait. Yeah. So it was no contest. Damage control. They attack Bailey, and then Bailey kind of fends everybody off. And Io's about to hit Bailey with the title, but Bailey does that thing where she just turns around just in time. And then the damage control numbers game finally catches up with Bailey. And then Naomi comes out. And it looked like Asuka fucked up her knee during the save. So that's something to look out for. Like she turned
Indeed.
around and then she started limping the rest of the time. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
I did it. Good catch, though.
Yeah. Actually, I can't take credit for that. I actually.
Just take it.
Okay, fine. Damage control. They do a triple drop kick onto Bailey, and then they lift Bailey by her hands and feet while Io hit her with a moonsault. And then the dumb fuck crowd was standing in anticipation and chanting for Bianca Belair. And she never came out, and they all booed. And this version of damage control is cool. Unfortunately,
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, unfortunately, there's going to be a next week where they won't be cool. Then we're going to see Bailey and Naomi tag. I'm done.
Oh, well, I was just going to point out that, yes, we are going off the air and damage control is standing tall, dominant, which is a very nice change of pace for them. But yes, that'll be gone by next week.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny watching the crowd stand up and look at the entrance because they thought Bianca Belair was going to come out.
They also chanted for her, but yeah.
They sure did.
I guess they're wanting her involvement, but yeah, they got...
Well, they want her because she's from Tennessee. And she's their kind of people.
Were they still in Tennessee?
Yeah, they were in Memphis.
I missed that. Well, that makes more sense.
We had that whole thing about Memphis being bluesy and...
Oh, yeah, the rock concert.
Jesus.
The blues concert. Shows you how memorable the show was.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rock concert was the rock blues concert was good.
But yeah, they didn't get Bianca and they weren't happy about that. I was
we'll
okay
see.
With it. We also didn't get Tiffany Stratton.
We did not. Or Braun Breaker.
I was okay with that. We didn't get him last week either.
Wasn't last week that little squash match?
I thought that was the week before that.
I think that was last week.
Oh, okay. I'll concede.
Yeah, we had... So there was the Dante Chen, and then there was okay. What's his name? The
Zion Quinn.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. I thought he had 2 matches and then he's been gone.
I don't know. But yeah, maybe they're gonna keep him off because we're in the heat of WrestleMania season.
Yeah,
Like
there's
we
really
got
no
2 weeks
reason
left,
to.
so
What's he
you
gonna
know,
do?
yeah. We might need to put out, hold off on the meaningless squash matches while we got 2 more shows before the biggest show of the year for us.
Right. Maybe he can get involved in something. He's SmackDown, so I don't know.
Yeah, they kick it, and it's okay. He doesn't really have to. We got to start building stuff for after Mania. It's gonna be a little fun stretch, by the way.
Braun Breaker was not on last week's show, by the way.
Oh, there you go. That was a long time ago then.
Well, they
Oh,
already
just one
said that.
more. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say one more note for the show. Hall of Fame. We got a new member, and his name is
Was it Thunderbolt Patterson?
Thunderbolt Patterson. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest. I don't know who that is. Like
He,
outside of the recap they told us.
if I'm not
Uh,
mistaken, I think he was in a tag team with Oli.
Seems like a weird combination. Oh, by the way, it's there's a storm going on here, so if you hear background
Oh, okay.
noise, that's what it is.
I thought that was your air conditioner.
No, that's lightning and thunder.
Yeah, he joined Ole Anderson as a tag team partner in '84. They briefly held the NWA National Tag Team Championship. Arn Anderson came in. He was tired of carrying guys like Patterson and Dusty Rhodes, and he broke up with Patterson. Oh, this is the guy. Ole allegedly said, "Oh, you know what? They want to see me beat up his black ass, and they want to see him beat up my white ass." To somebody. Of course, he didn't say black.
Not at WrestleMania. Or
No,
was
it
it?
wasn't a WrestleMania. It was no, this was legit. This was it wasn't Cornette. Somebody did an interview, and Ole just allegedly said that I draw money because they want to see me beat up his black ass, and then or his fans want to see him beat up my white ass. So apparently they had the point I'm trying to make is they had a feud.
Okay. Well, there you go. Thunderbolt Patterson is in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. And has some people questioning this Hall of Fame, but
The Hall of Fame's always in question.
I know some people take it. If I'm being honest, I don't even watch the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like I can't be bothered to be watching the Hall of Fame, and it's not because I have something to do. I just it's just I I don't watch any Hall of Fames. Like any sports, I don't watch the Hall of Fame. I did watch the Undertaker one when he got inducted, but that was it. That was the only one I sat through.
I watched the highlights, like Scott Hall's speech, Ric Flair's. But yeah, I really don't care, to be honest with you.
Like, I don't need to hear you recount your life in wrestling. But good job making it and all that. I just, I don't want to hear that story. If I do, I'll go find a podcast.
So what is Thunderbolt Patterson making people question the Hall of Fame?
So again, these would be casual fans, of course. So they're questioning how many people are really gonna know who the U.S. Express is, who Bull Nakano is, who Thunderbolt Patterson is. Like, they're not big names that, especially like, because the Hall of Fame is going to be like filmed or take place right after SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So the majority of the people there are the people who are coming to the show.
Didn't they have the Great
And
Muta last year?
well, I think he's a more recognizable name.
Than IRS and in the USA?
Not IRS, the U.S. Express. If you see that on a piece
IRS is
of
still
paper,
recognizable.
I know, but if you see that on a piece of paper, IRS is in the Hall of Fame.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
So, but now he's in as this tag team of U.S. Express. So it's a little bit, I don't know. So yeah, it's just like people are like, oh, well, it seems to be geared more towards a hardcore fan.
Well, I don't know. They needed to pick a woman and an African American superstar or allegedly,
There's a Rooney Rule?
yeah.
Huh. I didn't even know that.
I read that Vince had a rule where the Hall of Fame had to have at least one black person and a woman, that type of shit. And Triple H was kind of carrying that over, which
Okay.
is why Thunderbolt Patterson is in. And you get Bull Nakano.
I mean, I think we can present better people than that. I take that back. I don't want to. I don't want to shit on his career. Again, I don't know anything about his career.
Yeah, he was really big
So,
in Florida. He beat Bruiser Brody for the Florida Heavyweight Championship.
there you go.
And he actually beat the Sheik, the original Sheik.
Oh,
So that's not an easy thing to do.
that's true.
And probably one of his greatest feats was mentoring Ice Train.
Now, see, I know that name.
There you go.
I'm trying to think of us if we would have seen
I don't
him.
think we would have seen him.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, we saw Teddy Long, but that was about it.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, I think that's a good transition to get into our retro review. As we are looking upon WrestleMania 13.
A wrestling rewind.
And I thought about it afterwards, after I watched WrestleMania 13. We are right now fully in the middle of the Monday Night Wars. This is you can consider this the Attitude Era. And then on our WCW side, we're in the NWO era. So this is Monday Night Wars.
Well, technically, this is the genesis of the Attitude Era, because we're not at the Hart Foundation yet. Stone Cold is just getting to his throne, and we haven't seen DX. The pieces are getting there though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
As far as the Monday Night Wars, yeah, you're right.
there is a debate on like when the Attitude Era started.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't know when DX started cross chopping their dicks.
well, some people would say it was the. Um,
And I think
I
when
don't know.
Austin
Brett had
became
a.
a
I
go
was just
ahead.
gonna say, Brett had a little bit of an attitude to him tonight, and
He
then
did.
you had Austin calling people son of a bitch. You had Vince McMahon almost calling Austin a son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I if I were to put a start on it, like this is pretty close. Like that, I think that the match that we're gonna get into is kind of like I would put that near the start of the Attitude Era.
I think that I think it just kind of depends on how you look at it because Brett and Austin, at least to me, were both portrayed as heels. And if you want to talk about the era officially starting, it would be when Austin, or at least in my mind, it would be when Austin became the champion and the top guy. That's when they focused like, okay, our top guy is going to have like the attitude, not just a heel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everybody did. There was a lot of attitude. It was very 90s. So I don't think there's a wrong way to look at it. It's all subjective, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I will say this was probably one of the weaker WrestleManias for me,
Hmm.
just in terms of what we got.
Well, I'm probably jaded by the match. The match.
Yeah.
Because I would
Oh,
put
thank
it
God
near the
for
top.
that. Right.
But yeah, it's probably that match probably carried a lot of weight in the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're in Chicago, Illinois, and we learned that there's turmoil in the WWF. Bret Hart has been gone for 6 months, and he's returning to face an angry rattlesnake. And Sid is the champion, and he's facing The Undertaker. There's also a Chicago street fight. Speaking of the. Actually, no. We're going to wait for that. Um, Brett's no longer squeaky clean. He's shoving Vince down to the floor. And I think that's also when he spit on Vince. Or no, he didn't spit on him. He did a tirade or a profanity laced promo, and it was a big deal because it was Bret Hart. He was the white meat baby face.
And because he was dropping those profanities on TV.
Yeah. It's like, and Vince McMahon, JR, and Jerry the King Lawler are on commentary, which this is the first time we get Jerry and JR.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good commentary group, to be honest with you. I thought they all meshed well together.
Yeah, they did pretty good. Like they weren't like overstepping each other.
Mm-hmm. And opening the pay-per-view is the Godwins versus the Headbangers versus Can-Am Express, which is Doug Furness and Philip LaFawn.
Doug
And
Furness. That just sounds funny.
he apparently he was supposed to be a big deal. He supposed to be really strong, and I don't know. There's something about him where he's supposed to be like the next big thing. Just never worked out.
Hmm.
It's probably the hair. The new blackjacks are also in there, and the new blackjacks are Barry Windham and JBL. It's a 4-way elimination match for the number 1 contendership for the WWF tag titles. And the new blackjacks do a promo before the match, and I was too distracted by Bradshaw's mustache to really get what they said. I assume they were just going to kick ass and take names.
Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to what he actually said, but I just I was just entertained by the fact that it was like a over the top promo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, you just felt like they thought they were in a western,
Right.
and then they had those big ass mustaches, and I was like, "Are those can't be? Are those real? No, no, those are fake mustaches.
They might be real.
I don't know. Those are pretty thick mustaches.
I bet Barry's was real.
Is it? Can he grow a beard that thick? Golly,
Oh, yeah.
those are some thick
Barry Windham?
mustaches.
Yeah. I thought the blackjack gimmick was cool as shit.
Yeah, I liked it.
I wish they would do, and I was thinking, last week when we were talking about how they're doing the advertisements in the middle of the ring and how that could lead to Jimmy Johns and shit on wrestler trunks.
Yeah.
I would be for it if it meant that they would go back to looking like wrestlers again, as opposed to fucking comic book characters.
Yeah.
If they start
Something.
start looking like Stone Cold and the Blackjacks, go back to real wrestling.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Well, Bradshaw shoves the referee to the ground, and the Blackjacks are DQ'd. And so is my interest in this match, to be honest with you. JR actually took the opportunity to shit on Texas when they did get eliminated, which is kind of funny because he's an Oklahoman. Can-Am Express are counted out. They're counted out just out of nowhere. Kind of like it was like at the same time. I don't know what happened with that. And then the Headbangers, they won with a standing whoopee cushion. And yeah, like I said, after the Blackjacks left, I kind of stopped caring.
Yeah, I thought the Blackjacks were going to actually win this match.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to seeing one of those good old Bradshaw clotheslines, but didn't get that. And
Nope.
they got eliminated first.
I will say that this was like all sorts of nostalgia because I remember Phineas and Henry Godwin with Hillbilly Jim. I remember Slop Drop, the Headbangers. I don't remember Can-Am Express so much.
Yeah, that was the only team I didn't remember. Well, and the Blackjacks.
I remember the Blackjacks. I remember that they came back and they were gone. And I really liked them.
I'll be honest. I thought when I saw them, I thought they were the Smoking Guns. And then they said the new Blackjacks. I'm like, what?
I can't remember if Bart became a Blackjack.
I'm sure he would fit in. Oh, you want to be on the team? Let's see what kind of mustache you can get. Because that's the barrier to entry here. You got to have a good mustache.
Right. Barry Windham had a great mustache. So after that, we have an In Your House promo. And I only write that down because a lot of member berries in this pay-per-view for me because I remember that the promo and the song and Sid getting in the camera and Austin saying, "Oh, whoop your ass."
Yeah, I
Mimicking
was
it.
trying to think if I remembered um, which one that one actually was, but that was not the Final Four one.
No, it was after. Yeah, we're after Final Four.
But yeah, In Your House was a lot of Mankind matches.
So the Honky Tonk Man comes out and he's jiving in the ring. And then he jives his way to the commentary table. And the Sultan, Rikishi, versus the Rocky Maivia commences. And it's for the Intercontinental Championship. Sultan comes out and he's with Bob Backlund and the Iron Sheik. And Tony Atlas, he's taking a break from sniffing feet to watch the match with Captain Lou Albano. Rocky sucks chance happen for some reason. I guess we're in the die Rocky die days. At least it sounded like they were saying Rocky sucks.
Uh, I didn't necessarily hear it, but I do know
Okay.
we were in yeah, we're definitely in the Die Rocky Die phase.
Yeah, it sounded like they were saying Rocky sucks. Apparently, Tony Atlas helped train The Rock, which gives me a lot of questions. Lots and lots of questions. And the Honky Tonk Man implies at one point that Rocky isn't old enough to fuck a woman, which I thought was kind of funny. And Lawler made a Christopher Reeve joke. And for our younger listeners, that's Superman. That's before Henry Cavill. And this version of Superman, he decided to ride a horse one day and he fell off that horse and Superman never flew again.
And ended up in a wheelchair and almost paralyzed.
Oh,
Well,
he was paralyzed.
practically paralyzed. Like can only move his eyes. Now imagine our surprise as kids when Superman. This all happens to Superman of all people.
Right. That was the joke.
Yeah.
Let's see. So there's a super kick that Rock took that looked really brutal. It was just kind of out of nowhere. And I wish the pile driver would come back. We saw like all sorts of pile drivers throughout this pay-per-view. And they were all awesome looking, except for one.
Yes.
And The Rock won with a roll-up. And after the match, the Sultan attacks The Rock with the title. Sheik stomps Rock's ass while Backlund directs traffic. Sultan hits a splash, then Sheik locks in a camel clutch while Sultan slaps him. And then Rocky Johnson comes in and scared everybody away with all the faces he was making. And Sultan whoops Johnson's ass with the Iranian flag. And then Rock recovers, beats the shit out of everyone but Backlund. And then Rock and his dad scoop slam the Sheik. And then that was that. You can tell like Rock was earmarked to be a big deal. You can also tell why people didn't like him because he was very goofy. He was awkward. He wasn't The Rock quite yet.
Yeah, he needed to get there. But I don't know. I thought people didn't like him more because of his promos.
I don't remember his promos, to be honest with you.
They were "I'm happy to be here" type promos.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. There was the fans were kind of cheering for him at the beginning of the match, and then he made this little goofy face and started twirling his finger. I was like, oh man, that's just
Oh, what about his when he did his dad's little punch thing, like the punch with the feet shuffle stuff going on?
oh yeah. It's just
That
very
looked a little weird, awkward.
yeah. Rock wouldn't do that today,
No.
or Prime Rock wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you can tell he was trying to, I don't know,
You can tell he
find
was new.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it started off really well. Then it kind of got boring, and I thought I thought his dad was like some blues singer or something, some 70s singer. It didn't click that it was his dad right away. Like, what is little Richard doing? But yeah.
He reminds me of he reminds me of the black guy in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so he reminds me of
These vampires ain't shit. I've been in Nam. Well, after that, Ken Shamrock is interviewed, and they play a clip of Shamrock making an example out of Billy Gunn. And Shamrock said he wasn't trying to break nothing. He was just trying to let him know who he was. It's just he's just throwing Billy Gunn around. And I think he got him in an ankle lock.
Yeah, he got him in an armbar and then an ankle lock.
Yeah.
First time seeing the ankle lock for us there. It's going to be a big move in wrestling.
It is. And also some high schools in Texas.
Yeah.
And apparently Austin and Hart at one point threatened to come after Shamrock if he got in their way. And I do remember at least Austin confronting Shamrock. I can't quite remember what he said, but I can imagine he said he was going to whoop his ass. And Shamrock said he's there just to officiate because he knows submissions and he's not going to be intimidated by either one. So he's not going to be intimidated by Brett or Austin. He's going to call it right down the middle.
Yep.
And after that, Doc Hendricks interviews Hunter Hearst Helmsley with Chyna, who they liberally call a she. And Hendricks wants to know if Trips and Chyna are fucking. And Trips tells Hendricks...
Wait.
Yep.
What'd you say?
What are you talking about?
You said they called her a she?
I said they liberally called her a she.
Shouldn't they have?
Well, yeah, but she was very mannish. This was not feminine Chyna.
This is back before we knew.
Right. And it didn't help because not that it really mattered in the grand scheme of things, but I remember thinking like, that is a dude. That's a man. And then when she talked and she had the voice, that didn't help.
Mm-hmm.
But lo and behold, I was wrong. But after she of course she got the work done and stuff, she got a little bit better. Then she had the sex tape where I saw the thumb.
I did not.
Yeah.
Proud to say I did not.
It made me... I can't look at 1-2-3 Kid the same way.
Mm.
Like you those pornos where the dude's making more noise than the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. uh, uh. Oh, like, come on, Six. You beat Chris Jericho, for Christ's sake. Get a hold of yourself. But yeah. Anyway, Hendricks then asks if Goldberg and asks about Goldust and if Triple H can take him 1v1. Tripp says, hell yeah, I can beat him 1v1. And the real loser is going to be Marlena, because she had a chance at this triple dick, but instead opted for Goldust, weird ass. And then China's going to be gunning for Marlena. And they zoom in on China, looking all silent.
Who had blue eyes? I didn't realize.
Yeah, she had blue eyes. And then Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Goldust is after that. And what an entrance and presence Goldust had.
I forgot how much of a banger, as the kids say, his theme was.
Yeah.
Like this version of his theme.
The whole thing, the music, the filter on the camera, the lighting effects, just how fucking weird he is. Everything. Goldust was awesome.
Yeah, underratedly good. I still remember when he debuted and he's got the music, the first version of his music, and then he comes out, he's all gold, and you don't know what the hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets even weirder because he gets in the ring and takes his wig off, and I remember the crowd gasping when he took his wig off. Like it was seared into my brain. Like he took his wig off, and everybody like collectively was like.
I just like the idea of, at least it's not as uncommon today, I guess, but just the idea of somebody that can kick your ass and then fuck you after it.
Yeah.
That's just an extra level of intimidation, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know, your first instinct is to laugh at him. But then he, I don't know, just starts kicking your ass. Yeah, I really like Goldust. And the start of the match was really cool because I guess Hunter, if I remember correctly, Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been kind of fucking with Marlena, basically trying to hit on her, which is weird because China's there.
Yeah.
So Goldust is just kind of crouched in the center of the ring, and he's just staring at Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And Hunter's like, "Come on, let's go, let's go." After an uncomfortable amount of time, Goldust just launches at him, and they just fight. I just thought that was really cool. And I like how Marlena would casually smoke a cigar while Goldust screamed in pain throughout the match.
Yeah, it was like she wasn't even like worried.
You're right.
Or yeah.
And Goldust countered a top rope move by Triple H with his ass. Thought that was interesting. And then Goldust, he is about to hit the curtain call. That's when China gets involved by going after Marlena. Goldust just stops and pulls Marlena up to the apron. And Triple H knocks Goldust into Marlena, who lands into China's arms. And China proceeds to shake the shit out of Marlena. And Triple H ends up hitting his pedigree on Goldust for the 1-2-3. And then you see Goldust holding Marlena, who's trembling in the middle of the ring, weeping. And then Lawler claimed China was just defending herself.
Yeah, that was the funniest part. He was like, China was just defending herself, and then they look at the replay. It's like, look, Marlena lunged at her, but she really just got knocked off the apron. And yeah, just the visual of China just shaking the shit out of Marlena.
Yeah.
Like, you
Goddamn.
forgot how like impressive China was.
She really was.
Yeah, and yeah, she was just like, I don't know, something so viscerally good about a bear hug like that. And
Well,
she was,
especially for. I'm sorry, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say Marlena didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, well, China was impressive for that time because women didn't really do that.
They didn't do that, and they didn't look like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe they had some muscles, but there was no one that muscular as a
There
woman.
was there was like some tone or slight definition, but as far as muscles, I think maybe her and Nicole Bass are
Well,
the
she
two
wasn't
that I
there
can
yet.
think of. What's that?
Nicole Bass wasn't there yet.
No, but I'm just saying in terms of like that era.
Oh yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think Bass got there after China left. Like they tried to replace, they had to replace China, so they tried to get Bass in there.
I think wasn't Bass in ECW though.
Don't remember. You're probably right though.
Yeah, 98 to 99. She may have started at the same time as China.
Like, get her ready.
Oh no, China was better trained. She was trained by one by Killer Kowalski. But she had some independent work. It looks like Nicole Bass was just a big girl that went to ECW.
Oh, there's that.
That's cool. Nicole Bass history there. But yeah, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he dropped the blue blood gimmick. I didn't realize that was so short lived.
Yeah, so I remember. Yeah, it was kind of. It wasn't that long. Yeah, and then
Seems
we're
like
on to Triple H into the game.
yeah, we're getting there. They show Shawn Michaels fucking around on a computer. I forget what it was for.
They were
The
shilling the
WCW
WWE.
hotline.
No, they were shilling the website,
Yeah,
the WWF
website.
website, because as they said, we're now on the internet. Golly, that sounds such a dinosaur. Oh yes, there's this internet thing, and we're on it.
So this is the first time. This is the first WrestleMania that they have referenced being online, and they're mocking or not mocking, but they're essentially aping the WCW hotline promos.
Yeah,
So just worth noting. Vader and Mankind faced Owen Hart and the British Bulldog for the tag team championship. And Paul Bearer is with Mankind and Vader now.
yeah, he's turned his back on the Undertaker.
Yeah, wish they would have explained more of that, but I guess we're far into the separation where it doesn't matter. And this is 2-time Slammy award winning Owen, which is the Owen I remember.
Yep, that was a good one.
And JR tries to stir shit up between Owen and Bulldog before the match, because apparently Owen said he was smarter than Bulldog. JR wants to know what Bulldog thinks about that. So as far as the match, I thought Owen did a lot of spin kicks.
Yep, that was his little move.
I noticed that Vader hit a splash to Bulldog from the second rope, and Bulldog kicked out at 1. So I'm thinking, like, why would the Vader bomb do anything? That
Did he kick out at 1?
Oh, he kicked out like almost immediately. Yeah, Vader gets on the second rope, and he just does a standard splash. But if you think about it, that's not too different than a Vader bomb.
Right, yeah.
Vader gets beat so bad his mask is off. We saw a mandible claw on Bulldog. Owen tries to help, but Vader stopped him. And then Vader, for some reason, throws Owen into Bulldog and Mankind. And that sends them over the ropes outside the ring. Mankind, because he's such an uncontrollable whatever, he keeps the mandible claw locked in. And then they get counted out. And then Mankind keeps the mandible claw locked in until Vader pulls him off by his hair. And then they mentioned Bulldog and Owen had tension like before the match, and they tried to stir up tension. There was no tension. And this was clearly the best face of Foley.
Well, I liked a lot about this match. I don't know. I just like me some Vader matches.
Oh yeah, I love when he gets him in the corner and starts pawing on him like a bear.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, as they call it, he starts to go to work with those soup bones, and his offense just him being a big guy, and he's just like running full speed into people.
He did that to Owen twice.
Yeah, like
Owen,
that. His offense was just to be bigger than you.
he gets Owen in the corner, and he gets him with the soup bones, and it looks like Owen just falls, and Vader's like, "No, get your ass back up." He does it more. Like, no, you're not getting out of this.
Yeah. And then there's a couple moments where, you just do an Irish whip and basically just belly flop.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always good. And then, I was laughing at the Mankind thing at the end. So he gets the mandible claw on Bulldog outside of the ring. He refuses to let go. Oh, by the way, we're in front of Stu and Helen Hart. And it got to a point where Vader is trying to pull him off. And he's laying flat on his back with his arms spread out like a T, but he still got the mandible claw. Like he was just refusing to let go. And there was a point where he's like his eyes are rolling back and like he's having an orgasm.
Yeah, Mankind was awesome.
Yeah. I don't know and then he finally got breaking off, and it was just awesome.
But yeah, this was supposed to be the tension with Owen and Bulldog, which eventually leads to Brett forming the Hart Foundation. But I didn't see any of that.
Well, I guess the only thing was Owen saying he was the leader of the team. in that pre-interview.
Right. But Bulldog was still like okay with it. Maybe it was too high.
But you said Brett forms our Heart Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't Owen get into the nation first?
No. That's after.
That being the Nation of Domination.
Yeah, I believe that's after.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's way after.
Yeah.
Because he's got to turn into the Nugget. So DX has to be around.
Right.
Okay.
No, this is Bulldog and Owen will wrestle for the inaugural European Championship. Owen will win, and that will like eat at Bulldog because he'll have thought he should win, and the riff will continue, and they'll culminate. I don't know if they wrestle again, but I do remember like they're in the match and they're fucking arguing, and Brett just comes out and he goes, "Come on, man, we're better than this." And Bulldog's crying, and Owen can't even look at Brett, and then they all end up hugging, and thus the Heart Foundation is formed.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we don't get to see any of that.
Yeah.
But what we do get to see is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret the Hitman Hart in a submission match. And Bret was gone for 6 months, and since he's come back, he's felt overlooked and disrespected. Bret feels like the entire WWF has lost its fucking mind. They're booing him and cheering the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin, who is a crude, crass son of a bitch. And this is when Bret talks about being screwed by everyone. He had the promo where he cursed at Vince and pushed him down on the mat. Somehow he got the ire of Stone Cold, and they're having a submission match. I think I can't remember if his knees fucked up because of Bret. I seem to remember the Pillmanizer move being Stone Cold, being the one getting it.
Well, I know he did a to Pillman.
Okay.
Stone Cold did it to Pillman. I don't remember him getting it. No.
All right.
But again, this is just be
Yeah.
it was a long time ago. So.
Well, I think the Pillman stuff is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's after this. I don't know though. Yeah, my timeline's fucked up. Shamrock comes out and he's sleeveless and he's jacked as all shit.
He sure is.
I wouldn't want to fuck with him. And Austin comes out and he kind of did an OG Goldberg entrance. The only thing he didn't do was come out of the dressing room. I did like when he told the camera guy to get out of his fucking way.
Yep. And through the shattered glass he goes.
Through the shattered glass. And they said, Bret has to walk through that broken glass. And I love how this match started too. Because Austin kind of looked like he didn't give a shit the entire time. From the time Bret's music played to, the time he entered the ring, it just didn't look like he cared. And Bret gets in the center of the ring, and Austin just jumps on him. And they're off to the races. and they beat the fuck out of each other. They beat each other in the stands. They beat each other from one ring or from one side of the ring to the other side of the ring, outside. I think they went to the entranceway. I can't remember.
Um. No, I don't think they did.
Okay. We saw our first stunner, and we saw the figure 4 on the ring post by Brett. We saw blood because Austin, quote unquote, busted his head on the guardrail. Which, funny story, Brett said that he cut Austin, which is, I guess you're supposed to do it yourself, but Austin allowed him to do it. I can't remember now that I'm on the spot the story that led up to that, but yeah, Brett did the blade job for Austin.
And here I am thinking Austin did really hit his head on the guardrail.
Well, according to Brett,
well, I thought it was, but then I was thinking like, no, I mean, well, first of all, I was going off of memory. I thought I had remembered him bleeding from the bell shot, but it didn't happen. He hit the guardrail, and then I was like, well, he hit that guardrail. I don't know how much of a plan it would have been to that be the spot for him to get busted open. So, marking up again here.
yeah.
So I was like, but it's too perfect. It's too perfect. They couldn't have, this. They couldn't have not planned this and just worked around it.
Yeah, well, they had to make it look as real as possible because if I'm not mistaken, there was a blood ban or a loose blood ban by Vince. So that's why Brett did the blade job because they had to make it look as real as possible and they couldn't figure it out. So Brett just took it on him and he said something like, we can get fired. So if you want to back out, you can, but there's a point in the match where we can't do it. And he tried to do it at the last second. It was too late. So he bled. Now that's all Brett's story. So paraphrase Brett's story.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brett did get a ring bell involved, and that played a factor when Austin starts choking him with a cord. Brett's standing on the apron. Brett grabs the ring bell that he ended up bringing in the ring earlier, clocks Austin with it, gets Austin in the sharpshooter. Austin tries to fight out. Austin actually almost fights out. Brett trips and looks like the hold's broken, but Brett gets it back in. Austin does one last push to escape. I don't know why he didn't try crawling, but he's just doing push-ups.
Well, there were no rope breaks, so.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. That's what I get for ad-libbing a smart-ass line. I'll cut it out. Austin passes out from the sharpshooter. And then Brett tries to beat Austin's ass after the match, and he gets tossed by Shamrock. And the biggest takeaway that they want you to know, and that you should know, is Austin did not submit. So how can Brett say he won this match? And then there's another ref that came out to help Austin, and then he got stunned.
Because Austin is defiant.
Austin is defiant.
So he stunned that ref. walked out on his own, bloodied mess, and the double turn is complete.
And
Austin
it
is
is
now
complete.
officially a face, and Bret Hart is a heel.
I don't see how that was a double turn because at least the way it was presented to me, Brett was already a heel.
Uh, I mean, before the match, he was a crybaby, as they were saying, but I don't
No,
know.
this kind of solidified it.
He was still like slapping hands with the fans and stuff coming out, and then when he was leaving, he's like flipping off fans, and yeah. So I don't
Okay.
know. I thought he solidified that
But he,
he was heel.
but he pushed Vince and cursed.
Right, he was having attitude, but
Okay.
he was still slapping hands with fans and stuff when he was
I
coming
got
out.
you. All right. Well, this was a masterpiece.
Absolutely.
And it's a shame that Austin kind of goes downhill because he peaks and then yeah, he
Oh
kind of
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
he kind of rides the Austin train, and then the Owen incident happens, and then he's just not the same. We just don't get to see enough of him in his prime.
Oh, that's true. Oh, but what I was gonna say was, I forgot to say when they were fighting in the stands, there was a kid wearing a NWO shirt. I don't know.
Oh,
Just thought that was worth noting.
it would have been funny if they hit him.
King was great on it. He was like, "Hit that drunk idiot right there." But I would put this. Mm, I don't know. I'd have to. I'm trying not to be overcome by like recency bias, so I'd have
Right.
to like watch WrestleMania 7 Ultimate Warrior Macho Man match again. But it's up there with that, obviously.
Yeah, I'd have to watch King Kong Bundy versus Little Beaver again.
But yeah, this was one of the biggest iconic moments, obviously, and everything about it, even rewatching it, was just spot on. I love that there was no like they were never trying to do like flip flops.
Mm-hmm.
It was all just like a grudge feud.
I just like how, at least his one-on-one matches, Brett's always makes sense, or they're always enjoyable to watch, or there's always something that it's not just a match. There's something you got to think about.
Yeah, he was a master of his craft.
And I was really afraid that I was almost afraid to watch this match because when you watch something that you grew up with later on and it sucks, you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Oh yeah.
I didn't want this to be that.
Yeah, it just taints you watch it as an adult and it just taints
Yeah.
everything you knew about it.
And you start questioning life.
Yeah.
But luckily this aged like a fine wine.
Yeah, I was glad that we got to rewatch it.
Oh yeah, totally. I like I said, I didn't much care for the pay-per-view as a whole, but this match I think was worth it.
Yeah, I would say this match carried the pay-per-view.
Oh, totally.
I was questioning. Uh, Obviously, I don't think they knew at the time it would come off the way it did, but like why that wasn't the main event. I was questioning that at the end.
Because it wasn't for the title.
True. This was back when the title was the most important thing on the show.
Mm, as it should be.
Yes. But Diesel and Shawn Michaels wasn't for the main event.
Well, that's because LT.
Yeah, but he's not a champion.
Yeah, but he's a. I don't know. I don't know what the rationale for that was.
And that's funny because I think that WrestleMania we said Diesel and Shawn Michaels should have been the main event.
Oh,
So
maybe that's a
this,
testament to how much of a draw Diesel and Shawn Michaels were.
yeah, and you had Pam there too.
Yeah.
But it's just funny. We questioned 2 main events in a row here.
Right.
Oh, I did.
Well, the Nation of Domination are interviewed. And this is very early Nation. Because Savio, Crush, and D'Lo Brown are the members.
A very
And
big D'Lo Brown.
yes. And the interviewer notices all the weapons the Nation has. And Farouk says that colored boy, Ahmed Johnson, and the Legion of Doom are going to get theirs. They're going to bring everything.
Farouk was so racist.
Yeah. Yeah, they're bringing everything in the kitchen sink. We get to the Nation of Domination versus Legion of Doom and Ahmed Johnson in a Chicago street fight in the ring. And the Nation is a gang, make no mistake about it, is what they want you to think, because they keep saying it. They're thugs. They're a gang. They're nothing but just a straight gang. All these these ruffians. I don't know why Farouk would have been seen in public with the poor man's Beastie Boys, but they
I
were
don't know.
annoying.
I forgot who those people were, who those dudes were.
I don't know.
But they did the
Airwaithers.
rap. They did the rap entrance,
Yeah.
which messed up the Nation of Domination song.
Yeah. They messed up everything. They messed up the Nation of Domination. I think them and Crush just did not belong.
Well, I think didn't Crush have his face tattoo at the time? That puts him in.
He's an honorary one.
Yeah.
No, because they were clearly like a black supremacist group. And it just
Well, I
does not make
mean, at that point, you have a face
no.
tattoo. You're not in your own community anymore. They kick you out. And he was a criminal. Like he wasn't part of his crew anymore.
He was dressed like a biker though. Like if you're gonna have a white dude in a black supremacist group, why would you have him be a biker?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you have him dressed like one of the Muslims too?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, bikers are pretty racist, so I don't know why they
I don't know about
had the
racist.
crossover there.
It's just it, it's just one extreme to the next. Or you got two extremes that are colliding with each other and they clash. It's like if Wheezy and Garth Brooks decided to get on stage together and do a duet.
Mm.
Um, Where was I? I don't even know why we got off on that little tangent. Probably gonna have to cut
Oh,
that
because
out.
we were talking about the Beastie Boys
Oh, right.
or Limp Bizkit, whichever one.
Animal did the worst pile driver to Farouk on the announce table. So they did that thing where he gets him in the position and they tease the back body drop, and then Animal finally gets him up for the pile driver. And then he just falls over. I don't know what the fuck that was. It was awful. And it was
Yeah.
disappointing because Animal is a veteran at this point and he should know better.
So if I can mark up here, it almost looked like because there was a cloth on the table, and it looks like his foot got caught on the cloth, so he didn't get to kick it out to properly do the pile driver. So that's why it looked so bad.
So he just fell.
Pretty
Just,
much.
just fell over like a turtle.
Pretty much. Like he
Okay.
tried, because when you do the pile driver, you gotta. Oh, I think, just from what I see, you kick your legs out. Now I'm not a wrestler, so I can't say that for sure.
Sure.
But yeah, he didn't get to get his legs out because of the apron thing or the tablecloth that was there. So
I was just
pretty much
well,
just fell down.
I'm not a wrestler either, but I always just assume you sat down. You just kind of fell. I guess it depends on how you do it or who's doing it.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of room to work with either. So that
That's
also
true.
helped.
It's not like the announce tables today where you can build a house on it.
Yeah,
I wish I could say that was the most extreme, the weirdest, bizarre thing you would see, but no. Ahmed got randomly lynched by Farouk. It was kind of funny because as Ahmed's hanging by this noose, Farouk is holding it, or no, and then he drags him into the ring, and Crush is just kind of standing there, and he's just kind of looking around like he doesn't know what the fuck to do. He ends up just stomping him and then getting the fuck away from Ahmed, which was smart. And then Farouk lynches Hawk. And then
and the
Ahmed.
best part of that was while he's hanging there, that little Limp Biscuit member is like hitting him in the stomach like a pinata.
And then Ahmed lynches Farouk. And Crush ends up eating a doomsday device and a clothesline. That's why he was in the group.
Yeah.
He gets a clothesline with a 2x4. And finally, this god awful match is over. And the two nerdy white rappers try to attack the LOD after the match, and they each get a doomsday device. Ahmed and Animal put one on their shoulder, and Hawk clotheslines them both from the top.
And it was weird.
Yeah. This was a garbage match. I don't know what was with all the lynchings. I don't know whose idea that was.
Well, I told you Farouk was pretty racist.
Yeah.
Character wise, so it was probably his.
That's just kind of, I don't know, very hypocritical in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to harp on it because it's not like I'm offended or anything like that. It's just weird. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know.
All right. Well, Shawn Michaels is interviewed, or no, he comes out and he's not competing tonight due to knee injury. But he comes out to slap hands with the fans and hear his music twice. And then he gets pyro. And then he saunters over to the commentary booth. And Psycho
And the whole
Sid,
time it's like, King is like, look at him. He's just trying to steal the spotlight. It's not even about him.
Psycho Sid is interviewed. And it said that this could be the most important night of Sid's career because he's defending the world heavyweight title against The Undertaker. Sid says it's WrestleMania and it only comes once a year. And tonight, when darkness falls, every man, woman, and child will be so scared. Except for one person. Only one person is not scared of the darkness. And one person is not scared of The Undertaker. And that is me, my friend. In the game we play, I am the master. I am the ruler of the world. He does a little closed eye, smile, laughy thing.
Yep, this is the Psycho.
And I'm not sure how being the master of the world fits into the psycho part of his gimmick, but I really love me some Sid. He looked nice and lean too.
Sure did.
As I gush over these men's bodies. And that brings us to our main event of the evening. The Undertaker versus Psycho Sid in a no disqualification match for the World Heavyweight title. This is the first time we see Taker without Paul Bearer. It's kind of sad. And this is, I don't know if it's the first time, but it's the most, I don't know. They seem to rely or lean heavily on Taker being undefeated at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Now, it was something weird. Well, we just watched all the WrestleMania, so I guess. But Jim Ross said this is the first time, or he's undefeated as the Undertaker at WrestleMania. So I just thought it was weird that he said it like that.
Yeah, that is weird.
But
maybe he was covering his bases.
Yeah, but yeah, going back, he wasn't even like he wasn't mean Mark Calloway. He was only the Undertaker. So
yeah,
when WrestleMania, like since WrestleMania, he's only been the Undertaker. So maybe it was just covering himself.
They really need to bring back that center ring pyro thing because that's cool. With the how Sid had his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want them to bring that back. Can you imagine, like Roman?
Yeah, that'd be something if they brought it. I always said that was one of my favorite ones.
And they don't even, and they don't even have to do the like live flames now with the technology and shit. They could have like an LED screen.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever they want. Let's get rid of the stupid CGI shit and do that. Bret Hart comes out and he grabs a mic. Hart tells Michaels to take his fake pussyfoot injury and go find a smile and stay out of this match. He tells Taker that they're not friends anymore after Taker slammed a cage door on his head, which I would think would be implied. And Hart tells Sid that the WF title belongs to him. Sid's a phony, and Sid knows it. And Sid proceeds to powerbomb Bret while Shawn laughs at him. And Sid tells Brett to get his whiny ass out of the ring. And this is when Jim Ross finds it an appropriate time to say that Brett is technically the winner, or technically the winner against Steve Austin, but Austin didn't submit.
Yeah, you gotta remember that.
Sid then calls Brett a crybaby and then says when he's done kicking Taker's ass, he's bringing Brett back to the ring and finishing the job. And Michael says at one point Sid is desperate. And, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I skipped a step. Bring him back to the ring. Yeah, so then the Undertaker just sneak attacks him. And the match commences. And Michaels at one point said that Sid is so desperate that he's heading to the top rope, which is something that he doesn't do. And one day that's going to cost him. Little did he know. Because they're the pay-per-view in WCW where he broke his leg.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
I was like, where are you going with this?
Okay, well, they're the very last pay-per-view I think WCW had. It was certainly Sid's last pay-per-view. Sid goes to the top rope and then he does like a something. And he lands on his leg, and you see his like leg just fold over like a piece of paper.
Mm.
And yeah, so that joke didn't land. I'll have to cut that out too.
I'm sure it'll land with someone. I just didn't get it at all.
Yeah. Sid used the Tombstone Pile Driver on Taker. And I like that he did the little arm fold thing, but he didn't do the. I guess it's not a part of his Taker shtick now, but like what Shawn Michaels and Triple H down the road when they face Undertaker, they do the tongue thing that he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that Sid, he did the arm fold thing, but he just kind of grinned at the camera like a cocky ass heel or an arrogant. I don't know.
It's like, oh yeah, look what I'm about to do.
Yeah. Hart came out a second time, and he hit Sid with a chair. And Taker hit Sid with a choke slam. And Sid attempts to powerbomb Taker, and then comes out again. Did he come out a third time?
Yeah, the
Jeez,
promo at the
yeah.
beginning, when they were outside the ring, and then at the end.
He came out a third time. And Shawn was like, Jesus, which was perfectly timed because that's what I was thinking too. And then Taker ends up hitting the tombstone on Sid. 1, 2, 3. Taker poses with the belt, pointing at the fans, saying that he did it for them. Then Taker celebrates with his creatures of the night. And that was WrestleMania 13.
And then we get the iconic purple light, Undertaker holding up the title.
Yeah, the creatures of the night.
Yeah. Another one of those iconic. I mean, just two iconic moments. Undertaker holding up the title, Stone Cold with the bloody face, and the sharpshooter.
I think that without the whole Bret Hart thing, this would have been a really weak WrestleMania.
Yeah, I could see that, but yeah, like I said, I think the Bret Hart Stone Cold match carried. But I like the. If I'm going to be honest, I like the first half. Second half was kind of rough, like
Yeah.
street fight.
Yeah,
Um,
the street fight was awful.
and then by the street fight was awful, and then the main event. By the time we had gotten there, I was just like, "Well, this is not going to top." Well, as I think it was Jim Ross said it. Good luck following that match,
Right.
and he was right. Pretty much after that, it was downhill. But
It was
and I
better
remember
than I
the
expected. It's just you, you kind of know what you're going to get with the Undertaker.
well, I'm seeing now that he just maybe he works better with smaller opponents because
I didn't think he did bad with Sid.
he didn't do bad. It was just really slow pace. Like the
Oh,
Diesel
yeah.
match, it was really slow pace. Like Diesel will do a move and then he's talking, egging on the crowd,
Well, that's how Diesel works.
and then he knock him back down and egg on the crowd some more. And it's like, I mean, we could pick up the pace a little bit here,
Yeah.
and that's I felt like this match it was like really slow paced.
Yeah, I'll grant you that. Well, I didn't care for the. I mean, I like the new Blackjacks, but I didn't care for that match or care about it, I should say. And then Sultan and Rock, I actually thought that was kind of underwhelming for as big of a deal as The Rock looked. And I thought it started out really well, but then just kind of there was a point in the match where I'm just like, this is kind of boring. It just keeps going on and on and on.
A lot of the matches were kind of long.
Yeah. They weren't long, they just weren't eventful. Gold Dust and Hunter was great. I don't think I've ever seen a bad Triple H match. I've seen matches of his that I didn't like the finish of. Like there's a SummerSlam match he has with Shawn Michaels. It's a last man standing match for the title, and they both end up getting counted out because Triple H can't lose.
In the last
But
man standing.
yeah,
Oh, okay, I get you.
so that kind of shit. But as far as the match and stuff and the build up and all the like, I like Hunter. And Goldust was always a favorite.
Hmm.
He was around when I started getting into wrestling. It's his cross dresser. I remember he was beating the shit out of the Undertaker.
Yeah, I remember him from when he first debuted. And it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
And
I
that's
just
what I
thought it was
liked
cool.
about it. Is like he was
Different.
such an enigma. Yeah,
Yeah.
like everything and that captivated you because you never knew what the hell was about to happen.
Well, that was that one. The Vader Mankind. I mean, it was cool seeing all the people in the match, but as far as the match, yeah, could have gone without that.
I like the ending,
Yeah.
the whole keeping the mandible claw on.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that was pretty much it. That was WrestleMania 13. And Stone Cold and Brett, they'll continue their rivalry.
Hmm,
Of course, Austin's
that's
now a
surprising.
babyface and Hart's a heel. And Hart recruits British Bulldog and Owen and Pillman to be, and Neidhart to be the Hart Foundation. And then at In Your House 14, Austin and Hart have their I guess, their penultimate match for their feud, which Austin won by disqualification. And the feud ended at In Your House 16 at the Canadian Stampede, where the Hart Foundation defeated Team America, which was Austin, Shamrock, Legion of Doom, and Goldust.
Jeez. It's a stacked team they beat.
A little bit, yeah. Undertaker received a push after he won his second WWF championship. He won his first one from Hogan. It's when he broke his neck. And he spent a reign of 133 days, which included battles against Mankind, Steve Austin, Farouk, and Vader. And at SummerSlam, Undertaker finally ended his reign with a loss to Bret Hart. And this is when Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee. This is when Bret Hart pissed Shawn Michaels off. Or wait. This is when Shawn Michaels Bret Hart spit on Shawn Michaels. And Shawn was fed up and he went to hit Bret Hart with a chair, and he hit Taker instead and had a pin.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And then that led to the Hell in a Cell match?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember it too because I watched that pay-per-view. I remember thinking, how could you? How could you, Shawn? Why'd you have to lose your temper, Shawn? You fuck Taker. Come on, Shawn, you're better than that. And Bret was looking at him the whole time like, yeah, motherfucker, you count to 3. It's great. After losing the championship to Undertaker, Psycho Sid's push began to diminish. After King of the Ring, he started to disappear from WWF TV, and Sid quietly left. He focused on recovering from a neck injury. And he would eventually return to WCW in 99. He would wrestle as Sid Vicious until he suffered a near career-ending leg injury at WCW Sin in 2001.
There it is.
Yep. So WrestleMania 14 is in the distance. That features Steve Austin versus Shawn Michaels. We have Mike Tyson as our special outside enforcer. So that'll be a fun one.
I remember that one.
I do too. That one is where I think Shawn's back was so fucked up that he could barely wrestle that match. I guess it was a miracle that he could do what he did the way that he did. Yeah. It was a miracle match. But before that, we have Starrcade 96. And the main event for that one is Piper versus Hogan. So we have 2 pay-per-views of build-up for that one. It's for the WCW title. We also have Dean Malenko versus the Ultimo Dragon. It's a title unification match for the J Crown and the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. We also have Akira Hakuta versus Medusa. That's for the inaugural WCW Women's Championship. So that'll be fun. DDP faces Eddie Guerrero for the vacated U.S. title. And Jeff Jarrett faces Chris Benoit in a no DQ match. Feel sorry for Jarrett. Faces of Fear face the Outsiders again for the tag titles. We have Giant versus Lex Luger. And Jushin Thunder Liger versus Rey Mysterio.
Seems like a lot of matches.
It is a lot of matches. But that is next week.
Well, that is next week. But as for this week, if you agree with anything, let us know in the comments below. And if you disagree with anything, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Follow us on all the social medias. We're almost to 500 subscribers. Let's get us there. And is there anything else?
Just have a good night.
And until next time, top guys out.